Previously on Twin Portals.
In the last episode, SWOJ dealt with the fallout of a cultist attack upon the Castellanter Villa. Our heroes captured Ylka and handed her over to the City Watch, stealing 2 magic rings in the process. The following morning, they rose early to meet with the Castellanter Major Domo, Willifert Crowell. They intended to interrogate Ylka, but found that she had escaped overnight. Instead, they got an earful of mysterious chatter from an imprisoned member of the cult of Asmodeus. Over the course of the day, Lark gained some control over his blood curse thanks to the clergy at the Temple of Saloon. Zay and Lark convened with Vaniel the lycanthropic halfling at the Hole in the Wall. Scoot sipped tea, really feeling the benefits, and Zelifar and their dragon friend informed them of a secret submersible docked below the flagship of the Sea Maiden's Fair. SWOJ met with Zardaw's Zord, taking in a friendly meal and tour of the ship, while snooping for more of the carnival's secrets. Ylka and Zay got more than they bargained for when illusion magic backfired and Zardoz was revealed to be Jarlaxle, the leader of the drow mercenary group known as Bregan D'aerthe. Very well, shall we?
Hit and start.
Okay.
We'll say the episode's going to start right about now.
Before you all stands the man you formerly knew as Zardoz Zord. You are aboard the Eye Catcher in the Waterdeep Harbor. The 4 of you are sitting at a table with wine and fine food and even finer accoutrements all around you. And this man is holding his wine glass, and he just introduced himself as Jarlaxle, the leader of Bregan D'aerthe. How do you react?
Bregan D'aerthe? I've never heard of Bregan D'aerthe before. What is that?
Wow, you're the second drow I've ever met in my life.
That's really charming, Lark.
Thanks.
But I prefer if we were upfront with each other.
Oh. And what do you mean, Jarlaxle?
And he takes off his hat again and sets it down on the table. And he morphs back into this drow that is a very striking figure. He has an eye patch. And it's sort of hard to tell what age he is. It's kind of that elven grace to him where you can't tell if he's very old or very young, but it's kind of severe features. And he's still very finely dressed, kind of like Zardoz was, but all in purple and with beautiful silks and some kind of like armor underneath it. Like more of an action suit.
Skull Vikings.
Yes, totally.
Action suit.
And he says, I know that you've been hired by the Castellanters to find the Stone of Galore. As long as we're being clear with each other, I would like to make a counteroffer.
Whoa. Okay, what's your counteroffer?
He says, I would like you to find the stone for me, for Bregan D'aerthe. I promise you that if you bring it to my people, we will actually get it to the city of Waterdeep. We have only the people in mind. The Castellanters, while they say they do, I'm inclined to believe they have ulterior motives.
Like what?
They're the nobility.
Hey,
Any personal scheme.
Yeah.
Hey, Lark, I understand you distanced yourself from your family.
I did. Well, they sort of distanced themselves from me.
Not helping.
Sorry.
What I'm saying is that they can't be trusted. However, I know this is coming as word of mouth from me, but I will do whatever it takes to prove to you that I mean the best for Waterdeep.
What would you use the Stone of Galore to do? Like, would you find the horde of dragons with it and then use that money in some way to help Waterdeep?
Well, I was hoping that you would find the horde of dragons for me.
Okay. So you don't actually want the Stone of Galore, you want the money.
I want to bring the money back to the city, yes.
Can we just bring it to the city ourselves?
All hail the conquering heroes.
That's an option, of course.
Okay. I feel like you would be pretty excited about that option.
Yes.
Wanting to help the city.
Let's put it this way. It would benefit Bregan D'aerthe greatly if I were to present this gift to the city. It would build ties across the Sword Coast that currently are missing, and it would usher in a greater era of peace if you were to help me.
Interesting.
Peace sounds good.
Yes, of course.
We're in favor of that.
Yeah.
Generally.
I'm curious about how that's going to lead to what are the steps between you giving the money and then peace?
Well, furthermore,
Okay.
I'll sweeten the deal. If you work with me, I will provide protection. I will provide intelligence, whatever you need. My agents are infiltrated throughout the city, and they bring information to me all the time. In fact, I know that one of my people, Felrect Lefine, has been spending a lot of time around Troll Skull Manor.
What's he doing there?
Please tell us.
Like,
This is really cute, Lark.
thanks.
But I know you're better than that.
Well, we were trying to keep it secret because because we didn't want Bregan D'aerthe or Felrect to come to harm because of disclosing secrets. But you can sort of see
We're
that.
super good at keeping
Yeah,
secrets.
we're really good at keeping secrets, as you can tell. We didn't spill the beans at all about having met Felrect a couple of times.
No, you didn't. But Felrect did, I'm afraid. Felrect couldn't keep the secret in his conscience.
Oh.
Did you bring us the identity guns? Was that you?
I don't know what
And
you're
the
talking
hat?
about, he says, and he smiles brilliantly, shows off some very white teeth.
Sardos gave you that hat. We should give it to the witch for another favor.
The hat? It doesn't
Not
come
really.
off. Oh, okay.
The hat is just permanently
Yeah.
attached.
He points at his hat and at yours, and he says, I do love your style, though, Lark.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot like yours.
Wink. Yeah.
Well, I, for one,
Yes, Ylka.
think this shows more promise than what we were offered with the Castellantris, which was no leads, no indication of how to start, and no help besides money.
Right.
Money's pretty helpful.
Well, and you don't need to breach your contract with the Castellanters. You can just keep this all between us. In fact, I would prefer that.
But we have to give the hoard to them when we find it. That's the
Do we have to
deal.
give the hoard or the stone?
the hoard?
The stone.
The stone?
She asked us to find the stone. I
Yeah,
believe.
that's what she asked for, the stone, not for the hoard.
Oh man, I wish that we could ask the
That's it.
DM. What she
Yeah.
actually said. That might be true.
I think she asked for your help in finding the stone in order to locate the hoard. It was sort of a complete job. It wasn't like just the stone. and
Yeah.
done.
Because she wanted to give the money to the city. That's what she said, to help
Yes.
the people
Yes.
in the city.
Correct.
I didn't entirely believe her on that one, personally.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm hung up on the whole stone versus hoard. Those are two different jobs.
Yeah, so if we find the stone,
You're too busy to negotiate that.
I was.
and before
Scoot's
we
like-
go back to her, find the hoard,
Yes.
take the hoard to the city, and then we give her the rock. You know,
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Following the letter of the
Yeah.
contract, but not the
Not,
intent.
not the spirit.
that won't make us enemies.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't want to have a stain on our reputation. It's glistening right now.
Oh dear.
I'm just trying to find a way to check all the boxes.
Well,
Scoot's peaceful herbal melancholy is clearly wearing off at this point. Now he's trying to find a way to screw people over for benefit.
Jalaxel says, furthermore, I have information that you could use already if we were closer friends. What do you say?
it's very tempting, Jarlaxle.
I think we're friends already.
Well, we're certainly friends. I mean, please. I mean,
The
he
greatest.
takes a big gulp of wine as he says that and starts eating as he's talking. He says, please eat. I don't want to waste this stuff. I mean, this is the finest imports.
And you are coming to the grand opening of our new tavern, so that's cool.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Your attendance is really going to help us.
Well,
Gain
that might
visibility.
turn some heads, don't you think?
Like I feel like you already kind of agreed to it.
I mean, Zardos.
Yeah,
Zardos.
Zardos. I mean, not Jarlaxle, but
Right.
Zardos.
No,
Yes,
we couldn't
yes.
have Jarlaxle in that.
Well, I could talk to Zardos and see if his schedule's open. You know,
Wow.
I mean,
Really?
I feel like
You're really
Zardos
committed to
already
that,
agreed.
huh?
Okay.
it's hard to say, but I think he might be free. When's it going to be?
Oh shit, we should decide.
It's gonna be on this Fantasy Friday. I don't know.
Of course, Fantasy Friday.
Less than a 10-day.
Less than a
Yes.
10-day.
Because we've been to the listeners, we've been trying to figure out this week schedule because we have these fantasy Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays, but we also have a 10-day system. So in order to consolidate that, there have to be extra days within the week. So we have Fantasy Friday, Fantasy Saturday, Fantasy Sunday, and then we've
First
been talking
Monday.
about Fantasy Monday 1, yeah, second Monday, yeah,
And third Monday.
and beyond. So Mondays are long and
The start of the work week in Waterdeep really sucks.
They have no labor union.
yeah, they have a bunch of other unions, but no direct union that represents the people for everything. So
Speaking of which, happy Labor Day, everybody.
happy Labor
We're
Day.
recording this on Labor Day. We don't know when you're listening to it.
Yeah.
Jarlaxle says, well, I'll make sure somebody's there. I'm sure Felrecht will be.
Okay. I feel like Zardos is probably the one that needs to be there, but that's fine. So we had worked out a sort of a daily payment schedule with the nobles to sort of help us cover expenses as we go. And that really has kind of loosened up some restrictions that we had before on what we could get done. So I don't know. I feel like that right now, that offer is pretty tempting just because of that.
And if we don't deliver, I feel like we may owe this money that she's been paying us to do this job.
They might ask for it back.
Well, you could bring the stone to them. I mean, I'm only after the money in the end, so as long as the investigation gets us there before they get there, that's the important part. And with a sum of money like this, you know, whoever has it is going to be the one telling the story, I think. So.
History is written by the victors.
That's right.
Have we talked finder's fee yet?
I think that's what we're getting to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm trying to get to. So you have some information to help us.
Wow, I wish I hadn't said that out loud then.
Good idea, Scoot.
Jarlaxle was like slurping his wine as he said it. Like, yes.
Oh, old
Go
Scoot's
on,
back.
please.
Hey, is there food on this table?
Yeah, there's like lots of food.
I'm like
grapes and
browsing
steak.
and grazing and snacking fruit.
It's heavenly food.
There's a reason Say's not talking. He has found her weakness.
You keep doing your thing, Lark. You're good at this.
Yeah.
He says, listen, such a grand event is going to draw attention from across the city. I'll make sure that my agents keep you safe during your grand opening.
Okay, but while we search for the Stone of Galore, that's when our expenses need to be covered. So if we're getting money right now from the Castellanters,
Of course.
and if we give them the stone, but the Horde has already gone to Bregan D'aerthe, they might ask for the money back. So maybe it would be easier if we didn't take their money, instead found an alternate funding source for our daily expenses. I don't know how deep the pockets of Bregan D'aerthe are, but you might be able to help, especially with the potential windfall of the Dragon Horde at the end.
I have an idea.
Yes, Ylka.
Once this comes to light of Bregan D'aerthe bringing the stash to the city, the Castellanterns will not want to make it public that they're trying to extort money out of the groups that helped it. That would make them look very bad. I think we might be in the clear.
I also have an idea.
Once this cache of dragons gets to the city, that's the big event. They would not want their name involved in tainting or tarnishing that.
Maybe we could have like a three-way present, invite the Castellanters and Bregan D'aerthe, and present
And SWOJ!
and SWOJ is there presenting the Dragon Horde to the city.
As a neutral.
Yeah.
I haven't been completely clear.
Oh.
Okay.
I would rather Bregan D'aerthe's name specifically not be attached to the sum of gold. I will handle it, and I will make sure that the correct connections and contacts are made, but I don't want to broadcast our group's name across the city like the Castellanters do. I'm not looking for fame for Bregan D'aerthe, but rather to get the money to the people.
Then I don't understand.
And to make friends in the process.
Then I don't understand how this benefits Bregan D'aerthe. I thought this was
it does, but not directly and not publicly.
Okay.
With the masked lords of Waterdeep,
I see.
will make great waves.
So they will quietly know your name,
Correct.
but it would not be plastered on banners.
Correct. And to that end, I hope that we keep this meeting and the specifics of it between us.
You know how good we are at keeping secrets,
Very
so that's
Exactly.
not an issue.
Exactly. Well, I'll be keeping my ears to the ground too to make sure that nothing gets out.
There's a good rhyme
says very
scheme, I
seriously.
think, in the song that's going to happen from this whole meeting, but I'll wait till after the money's turned in.
He can't wait. He's like so ready. Yeah. He just beams.
Okay, SWOJ, what do you think about this?
Wait, here's my thought.
Okay.
So, we need the stone to get to the dragons.
Yes.
The dragons is just a big bunch of monies.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can continue taking the 150, continue working that, and spending it as we need. And then when we get the stone, we give the stone after we get the dragons. And then when they're disappointed, we'll have, oh, here's the money that you've given us. We're sorry that it didn't work out. So we could repay them the money that we've taken.
Out of the Dragon Horde?
Out of the Dragon Horde.
Full refund?
Full refund.
If the
SWOJ
legends are
is
true,
nothing but not honorable.
if the legends are true, it's going to be a microscopic percentage of that dragon.
That's
horde.
correct.
Yeah.
You know, if you bring the gold to me, I could also, if 50,000 gold goes missing per se, who's to know? Who's to say where it went? Do you catch my meaning?
Sure.
Scoot's counting in his head.
Yeah.
And sipping.
Okay, I don't know. I feel like we can go forward with this. We can act on this, and then there are some decisions we'll have to make later.
So how do we get a hold of your contacts?
Yeah, what's your lead?
Oh, so we're committed to this.
Yeah, I stride over. My hands are like completely stained with blueberries, but I thrust my hand out to like shake his hand.
And he like grabs a handful of blueberries, gets a mess on his hands too, and shakes. Boom, and juice goes flying everywhere.
Good. Zay's
Yeah.
pretty sure this is kind of tradition now.
It is.
Kind of putting that in the back of
Yeah,
our mind.
the blueberry handshake.
You just smash blueberries in your hand and shake somebody else's hand.
I don't know what water deep traditions are.
He
So you
says,
seal a deal.
well, I'll tell you what. After that incident with the alternate water deep, I started doing some investigation into his mind flayers and his Xanathar. And maybe I should have shared this with you. I should have shared this with you sooner. I'm sorry if this has caused more trouble for you. But the Xanathars employed a mind flayer named Nihilur, who originally located and brought the Stone of Galore to the Beholder. However, I know it went missing several days ago, and my sources indicate that the stone is still somewhere in the city. I don't think it's left yet. I've been keeping feelers stationed on all traffic in and out, and I haven't heard any reports of something like that leaving, so...
Scoot says out loud, I swear to God, if we have to go down to that sewer one more time.
Well, and furthermore, I haven't heard of any of the major players in the city hiding a stone or knowing where it is. That says to me that maybe some individual has it and is either in hiding or has hidden it somewhere.
So, it's hidden in Waterdeep.
I wish I could be more helpful.
I feel like your clue is not all that helpful, Jarlaxle. I guess Nihilur. So Nihilur, the Mind Flayer, is... so the stone is missing, but Nihilur is not.
Correct. Nihilur resides in the Xanathar's lair.
Was the last
Deep
one...
below the sewers of Waterdeep.
Was the last one to have it and gave it to the Beholder, or...
Well, I believe the Xanathar had it,
Okay.
and then it went missing under his watch.
Oh, that's bad.
It's very bad.
That's an angry Mind Flayer and Beholder. And...
Right, hence the gang violence outside our
yeah,
door.
they go down into the sewers again, huh? Okay.
Wait, what would going to the sewers do? If
that-
if Nihilur knew who had it, he'd go get it back from them. So someone else has it, and he won't.
That makes sense to me, Ylka. I don't think that Xanathar knows where it is, otherwise all this violence wouldn't be happening.
Okay.
So we have no clue.
Somebody in Waterdeep has the rock.
And they're hiding it. Mm-hmm. Okay, we could search every residence in Waterdeep.
I'm thinking that's
Yes.
the way to go.
Yes.
Well, the stone, we believe, is sentient.
That's right.
And we have a mind flayer-esque little body dude, Terry.
I look out of the corner of my eye at Jarlaxle to see his reaction to that.
Jarlaxle raises both eyebrows, turns and looks at you and says, "So it's true. You have some kind of mind flayer pet in your employ?"
He's our friend.
Yeah, but
Whoa, with the
he
labels.
died. You could find his corpse at the Castle Lanterns. It was a sad day when we lost Terry again.
Golden, four-legged, behind some bushes.
Yeah, he was in a golden retriever, which made it extra sad.
He's in a golden retriever.
Yeah.
It was a hard day for us.
Yeah, we made do with what we could. There wasn't a useful biped body around.
So you had an intellect devourer with you that was friendly, and you let it die just like that?
Well, it was in the chaos of the Castellanter party, so yeah, it was out of our control. By the time we got back down, it was too late to do anything about it.
Really? Because you said it was in the dog, and when I was there, the dog was still kicking around in the ballroom when I left.
Yeah, he did not make it through the night. Scoot put him behind a bush.
Yeah, he ate some chocolate.
Oh,
It's
really
no,
sad.
the chocolate!
He ate some chocolate. And that was that.
Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Ours too. It was really sad.
Yeah.
Well, if the dog body died, the intellect devourer should still be fine, right?
Is that how that works?
I think this one may have been allergic to chocolate too.
You keep your secrets, SWOJ.
Thank you.
Because we're so...
We're really good at it.
Pours himself another glass of wine.
This is a real long night for him, isn't it?
Smiles over the rim of it.
Say, Jarlaxle, hypothetically,
An intellect devourer ate some chocolate.
if we had access to such a being, might they be helpful in finding
They might be. They might be. They could at least maybe read minds in the area and see if anybody knew anything. That's what I would use one for if I had one. Or maybe they still have some connection to the hive that they came from. Who knows?
I'm so bummed that his tip was, it's in Waterdeep.
Right?
Yeah, I thought we were going to get a solid lead.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right, well.
If the clues were easy to come by, then everybody would be SWOJ.
Not
Exactly.
everyone. Be SWOJ.
That's awesome.
Alright, so
That's got to go in the business card.
perhaps we should go back to Troll Skull Manor and have a short rest.
Short rest?
Yeah.
That's a really good idea for a name of a tavern.
Should we do it?
Scott's just shaking his head.
I hate you guys. I'm so torn between leaving this in and just isolating it between two long pauses.
I mean, there really kind of was.
Yeah.
I love that idea, Zay. That's a fantastic idea.
Let's go tell Taga.
Yeah. Fantastic. What time is it right now?
Right now, it's maybe 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we woke up about 5 hours ago, right?
You woke up at like 6, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just checking.
Say, Jarlaxle, would you
Where else
mind
would we
if
go?
the four of us
Yeah.
conferred privately for a moment?
Well, that's
Of
what I
course,
was
please.
thinking. Not conferring on the ship, but
Okay, before we do that. All right, since I'm... Sorry, Jarlaxle, I'm a little disappointed in your tip. I think we should still do this,
That's
and
the first time someone's ever said that to me.
Oh! I'll go downstairs and ask those two ladies. I saw your submersible down there.
Did you now?
I did.
I'm so surprised.
Yeah, I'd like to know about that. I'm curious. I don't know what you use it for. I'm just curious about what it does, what it can do.
Well, it seems like you understand what it can do. It's a submersible.
Yeah, I get it. It goes under the water. Okay,
Right.
so now I will get into it. What do you use that thing for?
Look, Bregan D'aerthe has a lot of very advanced technology under its belt.
That's-
This submersible was a gift from the gnomes of Lantan.
Really?
Right,
Oh, those are the same gnomes that you're kicking around.
right. I have some very close friends
Excellent.
over on the islands.
Neat.
And should I ever need it, we'll use it. But for now, it's our little secret.
All right. It's our little secret. Scoot tries to hide a smile.
He just glares at you. Friendly, but like menacingly.
Have you seen Glinda's submersible down there doing stuff?
The
Grinda Garloff, yes, actually, we're very close.
barrel of Quailash or
Yeah.
apparatus.
Apparatus.
does
Yeah.
she know
Glinda's
you're not
apparatus.
Zardos?
No, nobody knows in the city as far as I'm aware, except for the four of you at this point. We try to keep it very, very secret.
Very secret. Very
Understandably.
secret.
Yeah, no, I believe none of the Lords of Waterdeep know at this point. So, you
we
have a
should
lot of
keep it
power
that
in your
way.
friend's hand, and I would appreciate working together on this. If not, the consequences would be dire for all of us. And he looks at the four of you directly as he says that.
I think he just threatened us.
I think
I'm just being realistic.
our dear friend Jarlaxle has been very forthright with us.
I do my best.
And I feel like we should maybe be a bit more forthright about the only thing we have that might help us find this rock, which is our hypothetical Mind Flayer friend.
Did we leave Terry?
I think you left him in the cart.
He must be back in the dock's ward.
Yeah, yep.
On the dock.
I don't know. For all the forthcomingness, there's been an awful lot of threats going on with it too. I don't know how that's any different than the castle entrance at this point.
I feel like he has massively more to lose than they do. If this SWOJ identity gets out.
Mm-hmm. So we got a stronger position at least there. Okay.
He says, whatever happens, happens. I just hope we can all come out of this on top. Like you have been so far.
We're resourceful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I respect that very much. And I want to thank you personally for saving my agent, Felrecht. I was amazed that he got caught in the first place, but the fact that you saved his life really meant a lot to me.
You're welcome.
Glad to help.
It's actually tense in here.
I thought maybe perhaps he was trying to infiltrate the cult. I didn't, maybe he wasn't actually caught. But if that's true, I'm glad we were able to save him. Do you know anything about this cult?
The cult of Asmodeus you're talking about?
Yeah.
I know that they're present around the Sword Coast. There seem to be many more of them here in Waterdeep. That they keep making the news. And that attack in the Castellanter Villa, I'm not sure what to make of it yet. It seemed almost too convenient. No one died. They only attacked the ballroom. I'm not sure what their goal was.
Distraction from something else?
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Okay, well...
He says, I have strong suspicions that the Castellanter Major Domo, Williford Crowell, is involved somehow.
That guy's a dick.
We have suspicions about him too.
Yeah, I suspect he's a dick.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did our friends say about him?
He's a dick.
Which friend?
Bonnie?
No, Terry.
Terry said that he was really calm when the
the attack happened.
The
As
attacks
though he had
happened.
expected it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else had a surprise round. He did not.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mechanics.
Mechanically speaking. So should we go back to Terry and maybe?
Yeah.
We could go cruise in the SWOJ mobile
And
and
have
have
him-
Terry cast about with his telepathic.
We got to make sure he's on board
powers.
with this too, because we're asking a lot.
I don't know if that is draining to him or not.
Yeah. We're gonna have to. He hasn't devoured any intellects in a while.
Yeah.
He's on the.
Gotta look for the
weekend.
alley cat.
Yeah, we gotta find him some pussy. There's your joke from one episode ago that you wanted.
All right. Anything else we want to say to Jarlaxle while we're here? Thanks, Jarlaxle.
Yeah.
He says, of course. I hope that I've been some comfort to you. It's nice to have more honesty at the table.
Mm-hmm.
I regret that I had to deceive you for so long, but I figured this meeting was going to happen eventually, and I'm glad it happened on your terms.
Yeah, it feels like it's on our terms.
He grins, and as he says that, an agent standing by the door opens it and just kind of looks at you and checks in on everything, and Jarlaxle waves him away. When I say an agent, I mean a carny, like it's still this human-looking dude wearing shiny clothes.
Oh god, I hope they're like striped pants, mismatched polka dots.
100%. He's got like an accordion on his hip.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So can
Accordions are
we
sexy.
confer privately?
We should go someplace else and confer.
Someplace that's
Please.
not
And he walks out of the room.
I mean off the ship
Agreed.
and confer.
All right, so we hop back in the dinghy.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just have to say we will get back in touch with you when we have more information.
My arms are like full of mixed fruits.
Yeah. So would you like a bag or a box or anything?
I'm just ecstatic. Absolutely.
Great. And one of his agents produces one from a belt that like unfolds.
I hold the empty box for you, just helping you to hold it.
I am piling and piling exotic fruits.
And
into this
I'm
box.
really not taking my eyes off of Jarlaxle with this. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not like a stare down, but it's a definite. I'm really not fond of you now.
His eyes are just glimmering. He's just enjoying all of this.
I imagine he is, and
He
that's
says,
just,
thank you for dining at the Eye Catcher. I hope you enjoyed it.
This is delicious.
Yeah. And as you're leaving, you see that there's a second dinghy on the other side of the ship, and a woman is like boarding it, and they're lowering it down to the water that you recognize, actually. It's Bonnie from the Yawning Portal Tavern.
Bonnie.
And she's kind of sleepy look in her eyes, and she sees you, and she's like, oh, hey, guys. Hey.
Hi again, Bonnie.
another
Hey.
long night.
Bonnie, you know Zardos?
Oh, huh?
That was awesome.
Yeah, we just met last night.
He works fast.
He does. I don't even remember seeing him in the ballroom
Oh,
where you were playing music.
Yes.
And we saw you most of the time.
No, we met towards the end of the night, and we hit it off. Anyway, I actually gotta go. I've got a shift at the Yawning Portal tonight, so it's nice to see you guys out here. What do you?
Did she just like
You don't
turn
have to
right
answer
around,
that.
get back on the dinghy?
Yeah, she's like getting back to the dinghy.
Well, this
Funny,
is
because I was thinking we should go
this is
visit
great.
Bonnie, but I couldn't figure out.
awkward. I'll just leave this place I just got to by watercraft.
No, she's leaving right now.
Oh, she was
right?
leaving.
She's,
I thought
she's
she was
spent
just
I thought
five
she
years
was
on
just
her way
arriving.
out.
Oh, all right.
I thought she was one of his 2 guests.
Yeah,
She
must
might
have
have
been.
been.
Must have been.
Right.
Possibly.
Did either of his 2 guests look human? I don't remember.
They were just feminine. Is the only thing. Hey, Bonnie, are we still banned from the Yawning Portal?
Actually, I think the time limit is just about passed because you were banned for, what was it? 20 days?
10 days.
I can't remember.
20 day.
Either way, it's been long enough now, so you're welcome back.
Okay, thanks, Bonnie.
Yeah, I'm sure Jordan would forgive you either way at this point. The watch have left.
Good.
So.
We'll pop in.
Yeah, then Ylka can get back to her actual room.
Yeah. With
Get
her,
her-
act-
she
her
get her
actual
stuff.
job.
Yeah.
And we can maybe see if Romalia Haventree is there, but I don't remember why. Let's be like, hey, got anything to tell us?
So you make your way back to the cart, and Terry's there, and he's looking very sleepy.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did Scoot manage to come down the rope holding the box of fruit and get into the dinghy
Oh,
without
no, you want
falling?
to roll acrobatics, Scoot?
Can I do
You're gonna
athletics?
pour all my fruit in the ocean.
Because I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to slide down and not fall. Wow. 11.
11. Okay, so if you're the first time maybe that you're climbing up or down a rope, where you actually hold on to it and gently let yourself down onto the dinghy.
I stand on the deck and clap.
Yeah.
Nice
A couple-
job,
A
Scoot!
couple of the carnies clap as well, as if they know what's going on. Like as if they've shared stories about you or something.
Just trying to think of anything I can stealthily, structurally do to this ship to sink it from right here. Nothing's coming to mind, so I just grumble. I set the thing down, and
Yeah, the ship's in really great shape.
yeah,
It's
that's
very
unfortunate. I was like, do I have a drill on me, or maybe a large explosive? Or...
Zay can tell that he's starting to work up and jumps down
Into the
into the thing. Yeah, hopefully not landing in the fruit.
Soft, squishy landing.
And just starts like talking to his dolphin tattoo.
That works.
It's okay.
That probably did the trick.
Hey, what are you doing there? Yeah.
Does the dolphin tattoo react to being spoken to?
I think the dolphin tattoo probably had like the steam lines above his head from getting so worked up about it, but then the attention just like calmed it.
Okay.
I earnestly thank Scoot.
And somebody
keeping my
should
fruit
get this
safe.
dinghy moving away from the boat really fast.
Yeah, and one of the crew people pushes off and just watches you all silently as he paddles.
This must be a really hard come down from that tea.
You're getting sharper and sharper.
Yeah, it's just like getting more and more aggro.
So you make it back to the cart, and Terry's there, and he's like sleeping. He's just taking a nap.
He's in a human body now.
But he still needs
He needs
to...
a feast on it.
Yeah, we got to get him some foods.
Yeah.
He wakes up and he's like, "Oh, hey, you guys.
Hey, Terry.
Hey,
You seem a little sluggish.
how did it go?
We got a terrible lead.
Yeah,
Okay.
that guy's a dick.
So basically, what we know now is that the Stone of Galore is in Waterdeep, and that someone has it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow, that was really helpful. Good investigative work,
Yeah,
everyone.
thanks. It was a bit of a dead end.
But we did get a tip
Hmm?
that you and your skills might help us find it.
Okay. Here's the thing. I am having a hard time even controlling this body right now. And as he's talking to you, like the whole body is limp, and it's just kind of the eyes and the mouth and like
Oh,
the neck are like turning a little bit.
Damn it, we got a wicked
You know,
Bernie's
like puppet-like almost.
Oh, like
It's like something's grabbing the hair and kind of pulling it up.
like Wesley on the top of the
Very much
castle
so.
right before
Thinking
they
the same
Yep.
thing.
Exactly. He says, so anything we can do about that soon, I would appreciate.
What do you need?
He needs to devour an intellect. We need to get him an alley cat.
What he said.
Is a cat enough?
We'll start there and see where it goes.
Can I do a survival check to see if there's any cats around?
Yes.
Can we just head into the nearest alley? I feel like this, especially in the dock ward, we're not going to have a problem.
13.
All the
just
fish
kind of
guts
yeah.
laying
Yeah,
everywhere.
there's like fish and
All right,
sound
let's-
mewling from the alley nearby.
If it's as easy as that, let's do it.
You storm down an alley and like 4 cats. Like,
We'll help
directions.
carry Terry a little bit.
Okay, Terry's stumbling. He's leaning on you very hard.
I'll take. Yeah, I'll do the Terry holding.
Anyone
Uh-huh.
ranged?
I can't participate
catch the
in
cat.
this.
What's Zay
Well, we
doing?
know it's important that the cat be alive.
Yeah, Zara's going to
Oh yeah, I gotta catch it.
anticipate that you might ask her to try lure a cat over, and is going to go back to the cart.
Wait, Zay, where are you going? I was going to ask you to lure a cat over.
Do you want to transform into a cat, like a friendly-looking cat that we could possibly?
I don't.
Zay, can you help us lure a cat in?
Terry, I'm sorry, I love you, but I cannot condone you hurting animals.
Okay. Zay's out. Let's see. Do I have anything to lure a cat in?
Terry says, I really appreciate that, Zay. But I mean, something's got to give here.
Zay, he's dying.
No, let's go. And he slumps towards the alley, kind of pushes off from Lark and makes his way down there and kind of falls against the wall. Yes?
Totally okay with going to an insane asylum, though.
Look at that! Look at that! Planted the seed.
I mutter as I walk away. Sorry, so he's slumped against a wall. I peek back, see him slumped against the wall, and then?
So did you push away from... Terry pushed away from Scoot and Lark?
Yeah, and he's making his way into the alley.
Like to go do it himself?
To go and find a cat, but it's obvious he's not going to succeed.
Okay.
At the rate he's going.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do. I'm going to scoop up some nearby fish guts and go and try to, like, lure an alley cat, because that's how that works.
Yeah.
Here, kitty.
Yeah. Okay. Roll animal handling.
That's a -1 for me. But it's a 17.
Yeah. And the 4 cats that scattered both kind of like jump down from the rooftops onto boxes and onto the ground and kind of make their way up towards the dead fish, tentatively approaching it and sniffing it.
Do any of the cats that came down seem like more of a dick than the others?
You have to roll insight on the cats.
Yeah. 3 of them seem like your average good-natured dot cats. However, the 4th one has like tattoos and like.
Oh wait, we're not
bears.
shaming tattoos.
No, like this cat just is obviously not shaming tattoos, but like they're like asshole tattoos. They're like
There's one
like
on his
tribal
neck.
Like tabby pride.
like
There's a butterfly.
Maori, like obviously like not like culturally appropriated tattoos. Like a cat would not have these kind of tattoos.
Sure.
Does the cat have like 3 tears underneath one eye?
No, but he does have like a little like belt with like a knife. And it's not really clear like whether the cat put that there.
Made out of
what.
a shiv, like a fish spine.
Yeah.
A kitty shiv.
Yeah. He's got fish spines sticking out from the belt, and the other 3 cats seem pretty afraid of it.
I'm going to focus my
Lark.
attention on that cat.
Hey, Lark, I read Waterdeep History X. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you want that one.
That's the one?
He's a
Okay.
piece of shit.
I'll try to... He looks like he was curb stomping someone. I'm going to try to...
Oh my god.
Go with your History X reference.
Right?
I'm going to
But he
try...
might be redeemable.
Focus my attention on that one and see if I can... Maybe he was sort of shouldering the others aside to get to it. So when he's close enough, and when I feel like I'll hold the fish and then motion Terry to try to get to him from behind. Or how do we make it? Terry, what should I do?
Terry's like, just I guess hold it still or something.
Okay, it's really...
He says that telepathically.
Okay, yeah. When I feel like it's close enough, I'm going to try to grab the cat and hold it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
13 would be like... it's going to be my dex, so 16.
Mm-hmm. So the cat tries to jump away, and it seems to kind of like shift, like ripple its back, and the knife like flies forward towards you. But you manage to like avoid the knife that falls out of its belt and grab the cat. And it's got this paunch to it, like it's been eating all the food in the alley. And the other 3 cats are kind of skinny looking, and it's like it's actually not very nimble after that. You're just like pinning this cat down, and you see it kind of like looking around, wild-eyed, and hissing and biting and frothing, and it's kind of rabid or something. And that kind of activates these animal instincts in you, and you kind of hold it tighter, and you're not really sure why. Almost like this revenge thing. And then you see Terry's body go limp for a second just against the wall. Just kind of slump over, the head goes loose.
I grab Terry.
And
try to
then
shake
the
him out of
cat slowly slows down and like kind of shakes for a second, and then seems to go totally placid. And just kind of sits there. And now both bodies are still for a second.
I think he's in the cat. It stopped scratching me.
Terry?
So lost.
Terry,
Right now.
are you in the cat now?
I'm just trying. Yeah, I got the old Terry body. At this point, I'm
We
just
gotta figure out what to do with this body.
which one?
The human body.
And then the cat like does this kind of like death rattle meow, like, "Ah." And then the human body switches back to life again, and Terry's like, oh god, telepathically. He's like, oh, like he's coughing telepathically as if he's
Okay, that seems you're not actually clearing your lungs. This seems unnecessary, Terry.
I don't know, it's vestigial or something.
All right, fine.
Oh, that was gross.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, that was something. I'm gonna need some time, guys. I don't know. And then he starts like mentally puking, and like you all can feel this wave of nausea. You're not sure like, how this works exactly, but the other
Sarah
three
runs
cats
right
are
around
like
the
running up
corner.
to the fish guts and eating them now. They're like stepping over the dead one. They don't seem to care anymore about it.
I think we gotta get him humans. Or at least humanoids.
Everyone's
But
coming
did you eat a little, Terry? Like you feeling slightly better, or you're feeling just as weak?
He says, I don't know. I think, guys, I just need some time. All this body changing has really been wearing me down.
I bet.
Maybe I could just like give me like a week or something. Like after the grand opening, I'll we can get back to it. How about that?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, sure. I don't know.
I mean, it's just a few days, right?
Yeah. Do you know any other telepaths?
He says, no, Lark, I'm afraid it's just me.
Okay.
Maybe one of those doppelgangers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, Terry, do you want us to take
Wait,
you...
where'd Bonnie go? Damn! Oh, she's
at the Yawning
telepathic
Portal.
too! Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna meet her at the Yawning Portal. Terry, do you want us to take you back so you can rest?
Please.
All right, I can give him a shoulder, carry him over the cart.
Thanks, Scoot. that time he says it, actually, out loud. Thanks. Thanks very much.
Out of the body.
Do you need to cough?
So
at all?
away.
No, my throat's really clear. Why?
I was thinking about something else.
Okay.
Away from Terry, I have an idea. What if, I think we should talk to the orphans and find out if there is some, like, adult that, like, preys on children, like
Someone
a
we
Fagin
know is a
type.
jerk.
Someone we know is a jerk. And we should, I feel like particularly
Street
if they're
kids
bad
know
to...
who's a jerk.
Yeah. We should talk to our trio and ask them if they know someone. And that's the body we should take for Terry.
Are we going to explain why?
Sure.
I feel like they deserve to know.
All right.
Also, I do think we should go talk to Bonnie and see if she'd be willing to telepathically scour the city with us.
Awesome. So I vote we take Terry back to the inn, let him rest.
We take you back to the short rest for a long rest.
If the kids are there, chat with them, and then head to the Yawning Portal.
Let's do it.
Okay, so you roll back. Who's driving the
To
car?
the high road.
Scoot is because he's leveling up his land vehicle proficiency.
Yep, I'm gonna be great at this eventually.
Yeah, so after about an hour, you roll back up. It's
Traffic. Oh,
Hour for lucky.
yeah, it's a fantasy Saturday afternoon. So
I
there's a
knew
lot
we
of
should have
traffic.
not taken the high road. I think I make that joke every time.
And you wind your way back into the alley, and you make your way home. Taga is there. She's cleaning up the bar. She's like getting a sign ready, like grand opening of the, and then it's left blank. She says, "Oh, welcome home, everyone."
Thanks, Taga.
Hey, Taga. Mom.
Hi, Scoot.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, I think this place is ready to go.
Looks great. Looks
Ship
fantastic. Yep.
Yay!
Ship shape. I get it.
Yes.
Zay has
That's
a
our
really
new
good-
catchphrase. The sailors taught it to me.
Zay has a really good idea for a name.
Oh, really? What would that be?
SWOJ at the short rest in Troll Skull Manor.
She's got a long
She
lip
loves
for
her
the
ear
sign.
and is like, come again?
The short rest.
The
For
short
short.
rest. I like it. 2 syllables.
You didn't want to hear the for long name.
3.
Well, the longer part, maybe we could use that somewhere else.
Okay.
You could cross stitch it and hang it over the mantle.
I'll get on that.
Please.
We should add presented by Leaf and Taga.
Thanks for all your votes, listeners, and ideas.
We're using some of them. But
We're
not
using all of them.
We have to open a chain of taverns all across Waterdeep so we can use each name.
Speaking of which, I think we should feed Floon to Terry to open up that property across the street.
Floon or Froon?
Froon. Is it Froon?
Well, Floon Blagmar was your buddy
Not
that you
Floon,
saved
but
from the
Froon.
sewers.
Froon.
Froon's
Froon's
Brews.
Brews?
Froon's Brews.
Froon Blues.
Yep.
Bruins Frues.
He was a dick.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He's just a cranky entrepreneur.
That's what I said.
Well, yeah, okay.
He did
All
try
right.
to sabotage.
He came over and got right in our face, like minute one.
Doesn't mean he deserves to die.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, we've got different grading scales for that.
Yeah, ethics
Wait,
are
what
fluid
about-
and
Give me more tea.
apparently.
What about the Major Domo? He was
Wilford.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a dick.
Although, we don't know.
No, he's a rough one to try to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, and taking someone so conspicuous
Yeah.
would be
Also, just
possibly an issue.
bookkeeping note along the way, I would like to return that apothecary mug that had the tea in it on our way back.
Oh, on your way back?
Yes.
Very well. Fela is incredibly grateful.
That was fantastic tea. Changed me for an hour and a half. It's great.
Yeah, and they take the mug and smile. And
Now I'm
they're
back to normal.
Anytime you need more, Scoot.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Really.
It was the sweetest, kindest thing.
Hey,
I'm gonna get
we're
it.
all a family here.
Growler of it on the way out.
Like ice.
Can't. They just changed the laws in Waterdeep. They're producing more than 2,000 barrels.
I'm gonna
so.
slip it into all of his flasks.
It's getting real. Are the kids around? Are the Troll Skull Alley irregulars around?
Jenks is. Yeah, Jenks is kicking it on the tavern floor. He seems to be practicing some kind of a spell with his stick. Nothing's coming out, but he's really engaged in it.
I point out Jenks to Zay.
I wander over towards Jenks and sit down next to him. What spell are you working on?
This is a ray of frost.
Say shivers.
And he grins. He's like, hell yeah.
Language.
What?
Just
Jeez.
kidding.
Come
Just
on,
kidding.
Shane.
So now that I know that I kind of sort of started the initiation into the gang, but one of the things I've been thinking about, you know our friend Terry, right?
Oh yeah, Terry, the dog.
Yeah.
Yes. So here's the thing about Terry.
Yeah.
Not really a dog. Is there anyone nearby that could overhear us?
Well, no, I know. He was your cab driver before that. Yeah, no, we've been keeping up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the dog since yesterday, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, that dog body that he borrowed wasn't actually alive. So Terry is one of our good friends, just kind of like you guys are. We met him on an adventure. And
You're not going to make us turn into dogs, are you?
only if you want to be.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, we'll talk
Fair
about that later. But what we do need help with is we're looking for a bad guy. A bad guy that deserves to not be on the streets anymore. And here's the thing. We want, you know how Terry used to be our cab driver? Then he was our dog. Terry needs a new body.
Jenks nods and says, well, it's a good thing you've come to the great wizard Jenks. Because the great wizard Jenks has enemies.
Oh. Well, I think it should probably be someone who's not just an enemy of the great wizard Jenks, because I'm sure his enemies are fierce. But perhaps an enemy of all of the children of Waterdeep. Like the hag used to be.
He says, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Some
Okay.
enemies are real assholes.
Yes, that's what one of them. Real assholes.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Starting to think we've been a bad influence on these kids.
I think it was much too late when we met them.
He says, yeah, I know some people. Why? Who do you want to smack? What kind of person are you looking for?
Well, someone who doesn't deserve to roam the streets anymore.
Or his conflicting business interests with us.
You talk, Scoot.
Hi!
Are you talking about that Froon guy?
I don't really like to use names. in
No,
these sorts of
I got you.
Okay,
I got you.
alright. I just, you know.
I don't think he deserves to die. He's just kind of a dick.
Okay, so we all have different scales. I'm getting that.
Right. I got one in particular. He's a half-orc, lives nearby.
Whoa.
No,
It's getting real.
don't take this the wrong way, Scoot.
Uh-huh.
His name is Hrabaz. He's a bodyguard, but he's also a complete monster to the children of Waterdeep.
Have we met Rabaz?
I don't
DM?
know. DM? Mm-hmm. You have not met Rabaz.
Okay, the name just sounded
New name.
familiar. Okay.
It sounds like Barabbas.
That's probably why, yeah. Okay.
Sounds like Baraka.
He says, yes, he's under the... He works for the Graalhoons. He's always with the matriarch of the house. And he will go out of his way to hurt kids. He kicks us, throws rocks at us. Reports us to the watch. And not just us, any of the street rats in town. I don't know what's his problem.
All right,
But if I was
so
going to
far-
off somebody, you know what? That guy would be near the top of my list, yeah.
So far, I'm just hearing he's kind of a dick. I'm
Well-
not hearing he should die for it. Do you know if he's ever actually harmed a kiddo?
Yeah, he broke Squidly's leg one day. I mean, the
Okay,
guy's...
okay, we're getting there.
That's awful.
We're getting there. All right. You said they're often nearby, the Graalhoons?
Well, he works for them, so I think he lives in their villa.
Okay. All right. And then I put my finger on the side of my nose and I kind of wink at him. That's a thing.
And he, like, runs a finger across his throat and winks at you. He's like,
All right,
yeah,
glad we're on the
do it.
same page here.
No regrets.
Jinx.
He has a tattoo.
No regrets. Misspelled across his neck.
Yep.
No, you only kill once.
All right. I head back to the group. I think I have a lead. Also, we need to get Jinx a therapist.
The great wizard Jenks! He starts practicing. He jumps up on the table and is back at it again. He grins at you knavishly.
He seems well adjusted to stuff.
Yeah, considering.
Yeah.
Did
I mean, he did grow up with a hag in here, right?
Did we hear any of that, or is they relaying it?
I guess if you were nearby, it's up to you.
I imagine I was...
It feels like Scoot was there since he was sort of in the conversation. I stayed
Yeah.
away.
So, Ylka, unfortunately, the lead he gave me brings us to your parents. Or your family, not your parents, necessarily.
All right.
So, I could go back, I could ask him for more, but this sounds like a pretty good one. He hurts kids.
No, I got that bit about breaking Squidly's leg.
What?
Yeah.
I thought he was exaggerating.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he wasn't. I was at the bar listening, but not paying attention and then just yelling things over my shoulder.
All right, so we
That's all
have
right,
a lead for a body for Terry. The last thing we need is for him to get so hungry he starts eating the people who come to stay at our tavern.
Yeah, that would be bad.
So he's still going to need a steady supply of intellects even after we find him a body. So that's going to be something we want to figure out too. Maybe we are a haunted tavern. Who knows what happened to those
Yeah.
people?
Could start a barbershop above a pie shop. Okay. How close is the Yawning Portal to the
Theater nerd.
Twinny socks.
to the Graalhoon Villa?
It's like a half an hour drive or ride, 45 minutes or so. The Yawning Portal's down in the middle of the city, and the
Castle
Graalhoon
Ward.
Villa is like a couple blocks away from you guys.
Okay. So should we head to the Graalhoon Villa first, or should we head down to the Yawning Portal talk to
Yeah, let's
Bonnie
just
first?
roll up and ask for their bodyguard and hit him over there.
Yeah, like we might need. Although, if we could get. Okay, so if we can Terry into a new animal, Terry could just waltz up to Hravaz, switch in a moment when he's alone, and walk out.
I think Terry is drained. I think every
Yeah, we're
time
never
he
going to be able
jumps
to.
a body,
That's true.
it's using more and more from him. We got to let him rest now.
Yeah,
Okay,
Terry's like
yeah.
slumped against a window, like completely limp right now. His eyes are rolling back in his head.
So we'll
kinda
go
close to you
to
guys.
Ravas in a week, or at the end of 10 day.
I want to ask Terry. I'm confused about this. So he needs to devour intellects, but it seems like the act of doing that is draining. So I don't know what the week gets us. Just, I guess I would ask, why is it better to wait a week than to do it right now?
He says, I think I just need some time to recover. I've swapped bodies twice recently, and every time I do it, it takes a lot out of me. So I think.
Okay.
Plus, if you have your big party, that'll bring a lot of people here, and I think that might rejuvenate me too. Just being around all those intellects, you know. I could maybe just like, you know, I could maybe learn some things by staying here, staying put, you know, and reading minds.
Yeah.
But also, you know, I can maybe just like snack a little. I don't know. We'll see.
Wait a minute.
Hold up. You want us to bring you a sampler platter?
No, I'm just saying, you know, if there's any like extra mental energy, you know, going around. I'm
just confused about.
Or anybody you don't like if they happen to show up, you know. You can invite Hrabaz maybe.
Okay, that's a weird add to the invite list.
We could invite the Growlhoons and they would come with their bodyguard.
We could invite
their villa is like a couple blocks away.
So you can just like munch on people, like not full out.
I've never tried it, but I think I could give it a shot.
This is fascinating to me now.
Yeah, it's to me too, man. I never thought I'd end up here. Let's put it this way.
It might also be a hint that telepathy might not be the method by which we find the Zoning Galore.
Although heading to the Yawning Portal to talk to Bonnie, especially with her kind of convenient appearance on the boat to remind us that she exists, feels like it's maybe a good lead.
A good lead, yeah, totally.
All right.
And then we can see again if the leader of the Harpers is there, since she was often thought to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Neat. All right.
Okay. Do we need to send out invites for the? Maybe we'll mention to Taga that we're thinking of having the grand opening on Fantasy Friday.
Oh, Taga says, yes, if you're going out, actually, I've made all these posters and flyers. Maybe you could start marketing around the town.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll do it.
Yes.
I'm super excited about this.
Great. And she hauls out this stack. She's like, I had them printed.
Excellent.
Great. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Taga. I give her a hug.
Good luck. And she gives you a big hug back and squeezes really hard. Orc hug.
Orc hug. All right. We're back in the car. Scoot driving again?
Yep. Well, sure.
Yawning Portal!
Down to the Yawning Portal.
I have my head out the window. I'm holding my hat on, though.
Tongue out.
Yeah.
All right, and it's getting towards evening. There's some patrons filing into the Yawning Portal when you arrive. It's a fantasy Saturday night at the Yawning Portal. It's pretty full. There's music playing, kind of like the first time you were there. It's a little bit less crowded. What do you do once you arrive?
I stride in, curious who's playing music and how good they are.
Mm-hmm. It's the same bard as before. He seems to have kind of capitalized on your absence. His name is Three Strings. He's kind of out of tune, kind of off pitch, but like he's really personable. He grandstands and like he's like making connections with all the audience and chatting people up, and then he'll play something, and it's kind of like you know. He's more a force of personality than a force of music.
Is Bonnie here?
As you walk in, you see her serving patrons up on the balcony level up above.
And is, I forgot the name of the bartender. Is he here?
Durnan is behind the bar as ever.
Okay.
Almost as if he was an installation.
I'm going to give Durnan a little cautious wave, like, sort of like, okay, that we're here?
And he furrows his brows and nods at you very solemnly. As he wipes the bar down.
I give him a great big smile.
And he just does like one of those chin nods.
I guess let's grab a table, and then should we try to flag down Bonnie or talk to her someplace else? What do you think?
Yeah, let's have a seat.
Yeah, we'll start with the seat and then see if we can get someplace more private.
Should we sit? Is Bonnie working does it look like she's just working the balcony level? So like, should we go up there to sit?
She runs down to the bar to pick up drinks and food and whatnot.
Okay, so she's working the whole bar. Okay, yeah, let's grab a table. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, and eventually you flag her down, and she comes over and says, "Oh, hello again. What can I do for you all? Welcome back to the Yawning Portal."
Thank you. It's good to be back.
No kidding. Ylka, are you going to play again?
I'd love to.
Well, I would love to have you, honestly. This guy,
Yeah, I hear it.
no.
I mean, I could play right now.
He's got a long future somewhere else.
Anywhere else.
Well, that's harsh.
I pull out my magic dagger, and as I pull it, I say, "This is a dagger. Did you want me to take care of him for you?"
He's like, "Put that away. God. You guys, this is still kind of probationary, all right? Like, if Durnan sees you, okay.
Like, it's a magic dagger. It's just for pretend."
Oh, wow. And I'm just starting to think, if we're gonna kill him, we'll just grab him and get his intellect. Let's just.
Oh, that's a good point. We should invite him to our.
You know, we can guarantee that he never plays here.
Because we have
hell
a
is
new
going on?
tavern.
No, I know you guys have a tavern. Yeah, everyone's talking about it. What does it have a name or what? Troll Skull?
It's gonna be called the Short Rest.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like
For
opening
sure.
sometime?
Yeah, we're opening this Fantasy Friday.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm off that night, so I'll be there.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I'd love it if you came.
Yeah, come see us.
Perfect. Are you going to be playing, Ylka?
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
We could tell you had last Friday off.
What? Yeah, well. Right. Thank you.
So we were
Business and
hoping you could tell us a little bit more about like how you met Zardos and the kinds of things you have in common.
Roll persuasion. Let's D&D it. D&Do it. Oh.
That's not a lot.
4.
She looks at you and says, I just met the guy last night. He's fantastically charming.
I agree.
I think he has big plans for the Sea Maidens Fair. I think he's going to make big changes all across the Sword Coast and really revitalize the touring entertainment industry.
Yeah, I also have great confidence in him. Are you thinking of playing for him, of joining the Sea Maidens Fair?
Oh, no. I like my job here. I'm not looking to move. We just met last night, you know. It was a crazy party. Cultists attacked. We fought for our lives, you know. There's a lot went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, trauma bonding. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So, I have a question. Given that you are, I'm not going to say it out loud, but given that you are what you are,
And then I'm a great
great
member of the staff.
great member of the staff,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm feeling you.
You have some telepathic, I say it really quietly, telepathic powers.
She's like, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, okay. Right? So you can tell what I'm thinking already.
Well, no, you're wearing your hat, but I could just tell.
Right. Yeah, so you have like, oh man, that's impressive. Nice, Bonnie.
It's intuition.
So we're on a mission for Zardos.
No, what?
Yeah. And so it requires a telepath. And so we were hoping maybe you could help us with that. Or you knew someone who could.
In your spare time.
Yeah.
Roll persuasion, Lark.
Fucking hell. 7.
She says, I'm not sure what you're getting at because I was already kind of on a mission for Zardos.
Oh.
So I don't know
really?
why we need to double this up.
Is it the same mission?
Well, I think it is.
Okay.
So
hey, do you have any hints, any clues that you want to share?
Are trying to gather intellects?
Well, this is my first night. What?
That's not your mission for Zardos? Okay, never mind.
What? She looks concerned now. She's like, okay, I was a little nervous about working with this guy. What is there something else going on here?
Just
So
so you
can
know, we got here from our bar, and we were bar hopping the whole way down. Every place had a different fruity drink, and Zay is
I drink them all.
Roll deception.
she's happy. This isn't intimidating, huh?
No. I mean, unless you want it to be.
7.
Yeah, sure, okay, Scoot.
Look at her. She's clearly loopy.
I mean, Zay is a little terrifying, but like in a friendly way, you know? It's okay.
All right.
I'm with you guys.
Anyways,
It's good to hear. I'm adding that to my
moving on to other stuff.
Yeah. So
So I've been trying to scope out the Yawning Portal tonight. You know, this is kind of where I get the bulk of my traffic.
Yeah.
If I find anything, I'll definitely let you know. We get a lot of passersby from outside of the city, so I've been looking for any information about what's going on in the underbelly of the city. That's what Zardos asked me to do. He's trying to keep tabs on the Xanathar and the Zentrum. Yeah, and there hasn't been much coming through tonight.
We're looking for a specific object that also is like a telepathic magic object.
in
any more
Ylka's
details than
brain, I'm going to think hard of an image of the stone. I'm seeing if I can send it at her. I don't know if it works that way, but I'm trying it.
Well, seeing as you've never seen the stone before, it's kind of this sketchy, cartoon kind of stone thing.
Yeah.
What does it look like to you in your head?
It's a multifaceted greenish red, like a bloodstone, and there's a picture behind it of 1,000 golden dragons, but they're actual dragons, not coins.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
She's like, what the?
And I get really excited. Did it work? Did you see the picture?
Yeah, there were thousands of dragons.
Right.
What are you guys getting mixed up in? Oh my... Oh, sorry.
That's why I'm thinking it out.
So can I get you a drink or anything? She looks over her shoulder. One of
Yes,
those
I would
fruity
really
passion
like
fruit
one.
Cocktails again or something? Okay, but anyway, like...
That's what we're looking for.
Okay, I guess I'll keep tabs on that too. The one thing is that there's this fella down on the main floor, and she points down at this half-elf figure with like really dashing, kind of like grandstanding and like telling stories to a big crowd. He says like he seems like he knows more than he lets on. You know, I think he has some connections to the Zentrum. So maybe you could start there.
Do you know his name?
His name's Davil Starsong. Yeah, he's been a regular. Davil.
Davil. Out of play here. Can you remind me? So he's Xanathar or he's Zentrum?
Zentrum.
And the Zentrum are the Xanathar are the ones that are working with the Mind Flayer to. Okay, all right.
Yep.
I fucking knew it. I knew this was going to come right back up as soon as that name got mentioned again. I was like, which one is which? I didn't know either.
I can never keep it straight in my mind.
I was just like, God,
Z's and the X's.
Freaking Z's.
So
He's a Z.
he's the black leather, and
Correct.
the Zentrums are the tattoos.
Correct.
Wait.
At one point, we killed them all, though, right?
You killed a bunch of them in this tavern, yeah.
Wait,
Like,
he's
10 days ago.
Zentrum.
Yes.
So he's the Black Leathers.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the ones that we went into the factory and found Pinker. Right? That was the black leather guy.
There were some dead Zentrum when we came in there, but
Yes.
they had been, but Pinker, but the
Kenku.
the Kenku had been sent there by the Xanathar.
Right. The Xanathar sends their regards.
That's right. Okay.
They had moved in on the Zentrum.
Gotcha.
Warehouse.
Everything is completely clear now.
Hey man, you just gotta go back and listen to the
Is
episode.
100% caught
Over
up
and over, apparently.
and will not ask any more history questions.
So Bonnie's like looking at the four of you like, so are you gonna talk to him? Let me know what he's like. He seems really cool.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk to him.
Hey, is Romalia Haventree here by chance?
Not tonight, no.
Okay.
Actually, I haven't seen her in a while.
Bonnie, would you listen to that guy when we go talk to him?
Wink. Roll persuasion.
What?
Killed it.
23.
So, if you add up our last 3 rolls with bonuses, they almost
Still not as good.
they almost match
Still
from natural 18.
She says, of course, Ylka. You know, I'm just glad you're back.
Glad to be back.
All right, so let's do this. And Bonnie brings you your drinks. The passion fruit cocktails from before. She just assumed that's what you wanted. Some ale, a wide smattering. She says, I'm ready to go when you are, as she passes the drinks out.
Ylka, I think that we should try to impress this DeVille. So I was thinking that you could play one of your new songs, just like start taking over. I will do some fancy lights and leaping flames and glittering leaves falling around you while you sing, depending on the theme of your song, obviously, just to draw his attention away.
Yeah.
And want to talk to us.
And while you guys are planning, you hear a hey from down below, and you can see over the balcony that Davil Starsong himself appears to be standing on a table playing a lute with like a big crowd like cheering him on, and they're like all singing this song, and he's like welcoming the crowd into joining the chorus. And like the other bard, Three Strings, is like sitting in the corner, kind of like what the fuck, like playing his own lute, and like nobody's paying attention to him anymore. And Davil's just having the time of his life.
Do I know the song he's playing?
Yes, it's the Wizard War. It's a very famous drinking song.
I reach out before she leaps over the side and offer her guidance.
I unstring my concertina. I leap up onto the wooden balcony that is next to us and begin playing the harmony that goes with that song.
Yes, roll performance.
We just dropped into Scott Pilgrim.
We totally did.
18.
Yeah, and it's a rousing rendition, and the whole crowd turns towards you, and it's like, oh, it's Ylka! And they're like, hey! And they start cheering you on, and the balcony crowd stands and gets up on their feet, and there's this beautiful duet happening. What do you do?
I start kicking a jig while I'm dancing on the balcony and
Look up
playing
on the
my
railing.
concertina.
Oh, this could end
And
badly.
I'm like, Say, do your light stuff.
Yeah, so the whole the smell of a freshly mown field with slight burn marks maybe from a fire that has occurred because of wizard fire over, and it like rushes over the crowd from my druid craft in a 5-foot cube. I fan it.
It's just us.
I fan it down.
And slowly around you, the patrons are like, oh, wow. I feel like I'm there.
I light a very small torch and start waving it back and forth in front of me.
And everyone joins you, yeah. And Dernan gets out from the bar. He's like, put it out.
Oh,
put it out.
fine.
But nobody's really paying attention. And he's kind of like, wow, whatever. And he goes back behind the bar.
That's always a small torch. Just like one that you might light something off of.
Yeah.
And the final chorus rings out, and the wizards warred as ever before, until there were no more, and then, hey!
And then everybody drinks.
Everybody drinks, yeah, and Davil's got like 2 drinks in his hands. He puts his loot down. He's just putting down, putting everything down. What do you do?
Can I jump down? How high up am I?
You're like 20 feet up. You could jump down, yeah.
All right.
What the?
You still have my guidance if...
I'm gonna.
I mean,
that
it could end
doesn't
poorly, as
happen.
many of your jumps are wont to do.
Wow.
But
Harsh, man.
I say, you do what you want.
I'm gonna climb down.
You also have feather fall.
Leaping down.
Yeah.
Oh, that would look majestic. I'm gonna cast feather
Seems
fall
like a pretty
and
good use.
float down
Yeah.
towards
Dabble.
Devil to warmly shake his hand.
All
That's my
right.
plan.
And the crowd oohs and ahs and turn in from behind the bar is like, no magic! Whoa, what is that?
We just got back in here. We haven't been here since episode 1.
Banned again. Permaban.
It's Ylka. Rumps behind the bar. And Davil gives you a strong handshake and sets his drinks down and says, you must be Ylka, I'm Davil. Davil Star Song. It is my utmost pleasure to meet you. His breath kind of stinks.
I shake his hand warmly and I say, I'm Ylka! And I call to the bartender for a mint julep. My friend. And I ask him if he knows Sirens in the Coral.
Sirens in the coral. Of course. And he starts playing it. He gets his loot up again and he starts...
Good, and we keep playing.
And you guys go through the song and the crowd eats it up. What do the rest of you do while they're playing?
I was gonna hand out posters, but maybe that's bad form here in the Yawning Portal.
There's other posters like plastered around.
I'm gonna put up some posters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my way down to where those two are playing, keeping an eye on 3-string.
At this point, he's like sulking against the wall. Like he's putting his instrument away.
He's gonna have
He's
to
like,
play
this is
in a
not my
minute. It's
night.
gonna be quiet.
He's ready to go.
Okay. I'm gonna go
He's not
console
enjoying this.
him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Well, they're gonna be done in a minute, and this crowd is gonna be ready for some background music.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Do you know Girl from Ipanema?
He says, that's what my mom used to say to me, too.
Oh, wow. That's hard.
You have a good mother.
All right.
Keeping your expectations realistic.
And he gets his
Some
instrument
mothers are
back
for
out
it.
and he starts tuning it.
Keep
Man.
up the good work. I offer him some guidance.
No magic.
And slaps you down. No.
I'd say, as I'm going up to Durnan, just kind of drink, hang out with him.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing there. I go
Yeah.
up to the bar and I'm just like chit-chatting a little bit. I know he's busy, but, talk about what's been going on since we've been gone.
Yeah, and he's pretty aloof. He says, I'll serve you whatever drink you want as long as you don't talk to me about the weather. Do you have anything else? Do you have anything more specific you want to talk about, Scoot?
Just what's been going on. We've been gone for a little while. Any good rumors or stories?
Look, I'm not paid to share hearsay.
You're fun.
Do you want a drink?
Yeah, give me a drink.
Here's a drink, and he throws you a pitcher of ale.
Great. I can't wait to come back here.
And
This
he
is
turns a cold shoulder towards you.
fantastic bar you got here.
He turns around and says, thank you, I take a lot of pride in it.
Good.
Take care of it, all right? It belongs to everyone. Davil turns towards Ylka
dick.
as the song wraps up. and he leans in and he's like, to what do I owe the honor? This is amazing.
we are opening our exciting new tavern, and we're doing an opening night on Friday.
Hey.
I'll
you
be
looking for
playing.
music? You okay?
Yeah. And so I used to play here at the Yawning Portal.
I've heard.
I've been gone for a bit, but I thought I'd come back here and draw up some interest of people to come to our opening night.
Yeah. Well, I know some other musicians, and we could make a whole act out of it if you want.
Love it.
Great. Yeah, I've got some friends. Actually, we call ourselves the Doom Raiders.
The Doom Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, we're banned, and we also actually raid dooms. No lie.
Dooms?
Yeah, it's it's a fancy word for where a lich lives.
No way.
They're pretty pretentious creatures, generally speaking. So that's what you call a lich's lair, is a doom. So when you're a Doom Raider, you get into the thick of it.
You and your musician friends go out and battle?
Well, we used to. Now it's more this, right, everybody? And they're all like, yeah! The crowd's starting to disperse.
That's amazing.
Wish I was in this conversation. There's so much stuff I want to ask.
I have.
This is like on top of a table. You guys can all see this.
Oh, really?
Lark's eyes are rolling really, really far.
I can't wait. I want to hear about all the liches that they've doomed.
Well,
Yeah.
Dabble, do you wanna meet my friends? This is
Sure, yeah.
Scoot. Come here.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are Ylka's friends. I'm
Yep.
Dabble,
Hey,
Dabble
Dabble.
Starsong. Maybe
Yep.
you've heard of me.
Nope, I haven't.
I was in a cab once, and the driver mentioned you.
No kidding.
Yep.
Good things, I hope.
Just that he saw you
Well, we're pretty famous around here, so I'm not
in
surprised.
this ward.
No, in the whole Sword Coast, man. We're the fucking Doom Raiders.
The fucking Doom Raider. It's a long title.
Wait, you're with the Doom Raiders?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I've never heard of them either. But I have a
I've
bunch
heard
of
of the Doom Raiders?
No,
I'm told the Doom
I've
is
seen
a...
Ylka posters everywhere. Like I have a bunch in my old apartment.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, nobody's as cool as Ylka.
That's true.
Right, Ylka. I mean, but you know what? We're in town now, and we can share the spotlight of it. It's a
Where
big
were
city.
you before here? Because
Where
you're in
were
town
we?
now, so where were you before?
We were in Neverwinter, man. We're just making the tour.
Oh, yeah. How long were you in Neverwinter?
Sword Coast Classic.
Yeah.
About a year. This is not as nice as Waterdeep, I'll be real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were just chatting. They're called the Doom Raiders,
Because-
but they also actually raid dooms.
Yeah, I heard him shouting that. It seems unlikely, but cool.
Yeah, and
No, it's true. It's very literal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
And I think the best names are ones that need long explanations.
Yes. I've always thought that.
Those are the ones that are the most memorable to me.
Zay is going to make her way back up to wherever Bonnie is.
Yeah.
To see if, as he was like telling about how he came from Neverwinter to here, if he was thinking about anything else. Like, was he brought here from Neverwinter, like, say around the time the Stone of Galore went missing?
You're asking Bonnie this? Mm-hmm. She confirms her suspicions. Yeah. That's exactly why he came to the city, and he's thinking about that.
Okay. I am going to ponder that while you continue to interrogate him.
Mm-hmm.
Have you battled more than one lich?
Well, there was Zardox the Great.
Zardox.
There was Azexton the Humiferous. Those were our two most recent conquests. We're kind of out of the business now. We're sticking to the music.
Humiferous?
Humiferous. It's a word he made up, I think. He considered himself a writer. Liches.
Okay. I was going to say, I can't...
Did he sweat?
Very much.
I can't tell...
It's unlikely for an undead, but there's a lot of magic involved.
Is
so.
this a magic item that takes moisture out of the air, or is it a large room that keeps
There's
cigars?
actually a cistern that he used as
a
a
cistern.
humidifier. Yeah.
Okay, the other one I thought it was a large room where you keep cigars at the proper.
No, he was a lich. He
temperature.
was very focused on keeping his skin nice, which is
Yeah.
hard when you're undead. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
he looks at Ylka as he says that, and is like, gives you kind of a side eye, like what's your secret, Ylka?
I grin boldly.
Enough
So
said.
you invited him to the grand opening.
Yeah, maybe some of these other musicians. We can always use a good group of musicians.
well. How loud did you say that? Because that's hard. That's a harsh thing to say. It's a
Three strings.
You
three
hear a
strings
sob.
So, yeah. To Tommy,
Holding
three
yourself and
strings up and
shaking.
down. Yeah, just like playing the secondary stage for.
You hear a door shut
Oh,
from his private room upstairs. Yeah.
Am
Oh,
I
man.
within 30 feet of those guys?
You're up on the balcony talking to Bonnie right now, so
Right.
maybe 30 feet diagonally.
Okay, so I would like to do like a puff of wind towards Lurk's left ear to try to get him to turn and look up.
Okay. Well, I turn and look to see who's blowing in my ear.
And I'm gonna try to mouth at him, Neverwinter, and like hand signal that he should keep him talking about Neverwinter and coming here from Neverwinter.
damn! None of us have thieves' camp. Oh, you do.
Neverwinter.
I do, but she doesn't.
No.
That's a different character.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking.
Oh, it's sweet. You should.
Didn't I learn?
You should wild shape into a rogue.
No magic.
That's right. No transformations.
Do I understand? Oh, do you roll for this?
Are you hanging out by the table listening now?
Yeah, I'm down talking to Dabble.
Okay.
And I noticed the breath of wind, but she's trying to mouth something to me from 30 feet away.
Oh, you can probably read lips.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do I need to roll for anything?
No, just go for it.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get him to keep asking about Neverwinter.
Oh, so you're like mouthing Neverwinter, like.
I'm mouthing Neverwinter.
I was gonna say, how subtle
Yeah.
is Zay about this?
So you
About
see
her
Zay mouthing
subterfuge.
Neverwinter, whatever that means to you.
Wow.
And doing like keep talking
Oh,
hand
sure,
motions.
sure.
Yeah.
So
While making sure I'm making sure Dabble isn't looking at me before I do this though.
you spent a year in Neverwinter. Was that where you battled those two liches?
No, that was out in the Sword Mountains, in the Star Woods where the elves
Okay.
live. They were all over, man. These liches.
So you gave up the lich stuff and then went
Yes.
to Neverwinter as a part of your tour. And you spent a year there.
And actually, one of our band members is from Waterdeep, and so she said we should come down here. I think you're Lark Wavesilver.
I am, yeah,
right?
yeah.
She's talked about you. Her name's Yagra.
Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
Yagra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, she's a band member? I
Yeah,
didn't
she
even
plays
know.
the cello.
What the? I had no idea.
You should ask her about it
I
sometime.
totally want to hear Yagra play the cello.
Well, she's a virtuoso, man.
That's fantastic. So maybe would Yagra want to come to the opening night soiree?
I think
It's
she's
not really gonna
actually.
be a soiree,
She
it's just an
mentioned.
opening
She
night.
mentioned to me that she was a little hurt that she hasn't seen you in a couple weeks.
Well, we've been
Couple
banned
times.
from the Yawning Portal, and
This is a big city.
that's the problem. It's hard to run into somebody.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, I'm not there. She has seen us. She sent us a note.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to mention that.
She's seen us. We haven't seen her.
So and then when you were in Neverwinter for that year, you just played establishments around the city.
Yeah, for the most part, yep. We were trying to, reestablish ourselves, get our name out there, and now I think we're a pretty big deal, so we're starting to tour.
Yeah, okay. And then you came here because Yagra suggested you come and start playing in Waterdeep.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities.
Cool.
Did Bonnie catch anything else from that part of the conversation?
Bonnie rolled a natural 20 on that conversation.
Oh yeah.
Bonnie's a badass.
Bonnie has been serving more drinks and trying to look like she's working. She kind of walks over and grabs you and says, I think this guy's onto something. I think he came, I get the feeling that he came to the city looking for something, like that stone you were talking about. I didn't see 1,000 golden dragons, but I did pick up some sort of vibe of this stone that he's looking for, or he has something to do with.
Okay. Did he seem like, had he just met Yagra, or has he known Yagra for, does it seem like Yagra and he are in on it together?
Bonnie focuses and is like, Yagra. This is very specific, but
I wasn't
feel
there.
like I feel like he knows. I feel like he knows this Yagra that you're talking about.
Okay.
Okay.
She's starting to get kind of tired, and her eyes are kind of shaking. Like it's hard for her to focus this much, especially with all the people in the room.
Sure, I'm gonna
And
tip
she
her
peels away again.
very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll notice that it seems like Zay's wrapping up her conversation, and I'll try to wrap this one up too. So yeah, it sounds like Friday's good for the Doom Raiders.
Well, I'll ask around. I got to check with the rest of the crew, but if we're all free, we'll be there. I'll be there for sure.
I love this idea, Ylka.
Great.
Good idea. All right.
Do you know where the short rest is?
The short rest. I've never heard of it.
It's our new inn.
That's the grand opening.
The old mansion that everyone's talking about.
Yeah, we're calling it the
Cool.
short rest.
I give
That's
him a poster.
It's a great name. The short rest. It's succinct. It's to the point.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will be there, and I'll check with the rest of the Raiders. This is really great. Thank you. And he starts playing a song again. Woo! He starts gets into it, and the rest of the crowd kind of hushes, and he starts to do his thing again.
I'm gonna leave really quickly.
I'm gonna head for a table in the corner and hope the others follow.
Oh, I was headed towards the door.
So you loop
yeah.
Lark's arm and take him to a table.
Yeah, should we,
Oh.
do we need to talk about this here, or should we talk about it more privately?
Okay. What if we go back to Troll Skull to discuss this, or do you need to do something else here?
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
It's now night, and you guys make your way up to the mansion. Tag is asleep. The irregulars don't seem to be around. You have the main floor to yourself at Troll Skull Manor
What did you want to say?
at the short rest.
Oh, we don't need to whisper now because we're
Nope.
alone. What did you want to say, Ylka?
I mean, Leaf's probably here.
Yeah, he should know everything.
I guess Zay already I was thinking we would get together and Zay would share what
You
she
rode
got
on the
from
cart
Bonnie.
back together. I mean,
So we
you can
shared
talk
That's what I
information on
was
the cart
looking
ride.
for.
Got
Yep.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
So we're all on the same
in
page.
the cart ride, I let them know that DeVille is clearly here for the stone.
Devil?
Devil. Did I say DeVille?
Yeah.
Wrong emphasis.
Correct.
Devil. I even wrote it down with like Deville.
Star-sounded.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's clearly here looking for the stone. I can't tell quite how long he's known Yagra, so I don't know if she's in on it or but he knows Yagra. Do you know anything about that, Lark? Aren't you two friends?
I am friends with Yagra, and I know that she is in with the Zentarim, so yeah, there's maybe a connection there,
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's probably Zentrim as well, I think.
or at least
That's
has
what
some
Bonnie said,
connections
too.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bonnie just told us that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So that sounds good. Let's.
So he might know more. He knew to come to Waterdeep for the stone.
There's a potential lead there. So maybe when he comes on Friday, we could like listen in, or maybe there's a way we could turn the conversation in such a way where he could be tricked into spilling something. If Bonnie's coming, maybe she'll be able to, she said she has that night off, so she could read a little bit more. If Yagra comes, I might be able to lean on her a little for some
And
information.
we'll have Terry there too.
Terry's going to be there.
We'll
He's
see
going to
what-
be recovered.
See what kind of state he's in.
Yeah.
He can help out.
But we
Alright.
should assume he'll be doing the same thing. That if he's here looking for the stone, he's going to see a party like this as a way to get more information.
Sure.
Agreed.
Yep.
So let's spend the next few days planning for the best grand opening you've ever seen.
Hell yeah! I'm going to spend the next few days putting up posters all over town.
Great. Like every district?
Everywhere. Yep.
Like
all
City
over
of the
place.
Dead, everything?
No, probably not City of the Dead.
Okay. Wherever there's people, there's posters.
Wherever there's people.
Okay.
Castle
And
Ward, Sea
you're
Ward,
generally
North
well
Ward.
received, except in the Sea Ward. There's a little bit of tension as like you're, like dirtying up the streets a little bit with these like tavern ads. Like they keep things clean there, but other
I'm
than-
gonna use a ton of extra poster glue and put it on like all of the things. So that
Sure.
if they try to take it off, it'll just like tear and
Yep.
you'll have to like scrape it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. They won't know where those came from.
I'm going to be trying different foods and drinks from a variety of bars to try to figure out if, like, we need to have any of those in ours. Bring back recipes, ideas.
And throughout the
to-
week, like as the word gets out, like representatives of all the different guilds that provide different foods and drinks are like coming to you guys offering whatever you need. So if there's a specific sort of milieu that you want for this opening, you can have it. You just got to pay for it.
What season is it?
It is Uktar. It is Fantasy November.
Pumpkin everything.
Yeah.
Zay keeps that in mind.
It's like
and
mid-November.
also gets other things.
It's pumpkin spice.
There is a lot of extra pumpkin going around right now.
Oh.
All the farms in Undercliff, they have squash coming in.
I was going to say a
winter.
variety of squashes.
Yeah, I mean, like snow comes in pretty hard in Waterdeep, and so they're usually the food trade slows down a lot. So there was a lot of like non-perishable food that's being.
Apples
story.
apples are freshly recent, so we can probably get some great ciders.
We gotta get stocked up on our wine. So I think what Scoot would be doing is got two priorities for this. One is to make sure that our supplies are good and stocked, food, drink, especially the stuff that we're getting special.
The wine.
The wine.
The South Fellows, yeah.
Yeah, the stuff, all stuff.
Yep.
The other thing Scoot would be interested in doing, because there are so many players and motives happening right now, and he's very lost about everything that's going on. It's like every morning he gets a daily briefing, but it's gone out of his head by about 11:15.
That's stuff to worry about.
Yeah,
Are you hitting the tea pretty hard all week, or?
It's probably increasing.
Quickly
It
building
probably
tolerance.
started. It's probably started like one, maybe half a day, and
Yeah.
then. But it's as things start to ramp up, it's getting a little more stressful. And that's
Taylor
how
provides.
that's
They're-
how he's
they're happy to-
choosing to go. And that's another thing we wanted to get the local any other people that we like, make sure that they know if they got stuff, if they want to put like pop ups, for their businesses, things like that. And it's a great way for community networking. The other thing Scoot would be interested in doing, I think, is he wants the people who are around, the people who have a place being there, C-Plum workers who are working, the irregulars, Tega, Leaf. he wants to start thinking of ways, if something goes down in here, what's everybody going to do? So that there's a plan in place rather than chaos. And it doesn't have to be like drilled, regimental, anything like that, but just an idea of, this is what you're going to cover this, you're going to escape down here, blah, blah, blah.
This
something
is the
like
tree
that.
we're all going to meet up at.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, so
Like a fire escape plan kind of thing? Like
what's that?
Like a fire escape plan, just in case?
Not even that, but also a defense plan.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
like
know.
an active shooter drill?
Oh man, this is the Waterdeep we live in now?
But more like,
What should we follow?
yeah, here's, you cover here,
It's easy to
you
forget
cover
when you're
here.
North Ward that this is the Waterdeep
These are
we
the
live
people who we want, and these are where we're going to have, equipment stashed
Yeah.
in case we need
Yeah.
it. Stuff like that. Just so that we can have a little extra jump in case something
in.
happens.
So what are specifics, like where are the safe places and the weapons and whatnot?
Stash a couple of small swords and daggers underneath loose floorboards or high above curtains, things like that. I think Scoot would be pretty adamant that Taga doesn't get involved, even though she's probably a better fighter than he is. What could Leaf do?
All kinds of mischief.
Leaf just works the bar. He gets everything ready, puts stuff away.
I know, but in a situation where if
He
something
could
would happen.
quickly go through walls, notify the kids.
Yeah.
You can throw the marbles out again. Like
Yeah, I feel like the irregulars
Yeah.
would be just fantastic for things like that. I
He
think they'd
can
be
throw swords and daggers and stuff too.
swinging-
Like
yeah.
he manipulates like daggers to like show you that he can like flip them around and stuff.
Yeah, things like that,
As
and then
maybe.
and then people to make sure tavern patrons have a quick way out, so exit
Yeah.
plans, things like that too.
Yeah.
So he'd spend some time doing that as well, because getting supplies and make sure everything's stocked only takes up a certain part of the day. There's Scoot's tea time, which is becoming more of a thing, and then there's doing this.
Zay is also going to focus on being well rested. She's been having some really fun dreams lately, so yeah, lots of time sleeping and enjoying her dreams.
I feel like the real life is bleeding into Zay's desires here.
Very therapeutic.
Yes, Kendra also has a unicorn friend she dreams of.
Well, you in character get lots of rest, and it feels great. It's like
Kendra's
you
actually
didn't realize
crying.
you were so tired.
You're now level 11.
No, I'm just back to level 3. I'd reverted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ylka.
I will be setting up a temporary stage
Yeah.
in one corner, and I'll be consistently playing in it and moving around, trying to check the acoustics, monkeying with the lighting so everything looks good and shiny.
Are you kind of like helping with the lighting too, and like just getting everything like stage ready?
Yeah,
Yeah.
testing different ways to get lights that are gonna give that mood ambiance.
Yeah, and then, like there's different vendors that sell continual flames. You got your dancing lights, so yeah.
Ooh, are you gonna rent for this?
I mean, we could start building an arsenal of gear.
You got like 1,000 gold from the Castellanters over the course of a week, of a 10-day.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna buy some lighting equipment.
Zephrynels,
Zanels?
Pars,
Yeah.
Zelly D intelligent pictures. Yeah, this is a
Communicate with
multimedia.
ZMX.
Yeah, ZMX.
DMX cables.
Good.
Yeah.
Zisadora
Whole
for all
bunch of them,
the
yeah.
programming. Yeah.
All right. I like our plans.
And we fast forward to.
I'll just leave that out and you can put it in.
We can fast forward.
You can actually fast forward this whole last 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna double time this.
To the grand opening of the short rest. So it's the day of. The place is alive with activity. All the Sea Plum crew members are running to and fro, stocking food, stocking shelves, getting drinks ready, washing stuff. And people are starting to filter in, like strangers. People start showing up in the early afternoon. The sun's still blazing. It's a beautiful day. And some of the patrons you don't recognize. There's a lot of buzz in the North Ward. The whole city's kind of like, oh, this is a really cool place. And these are like adventuring heroes that are opening this bar. And the Doom Raiders are going to be there. And Ylka's going to be there. And there's like people like celebrating outside in the streets, like tailgating kind of already, that like
nice.
aren't even like involved.
Nice.
Like Fela
Not
has,
very
has their shop open and is slinging tea and selling flowers that kind of like match the color scheme of the interior.
I love it.
Like boutonnieres and corsages and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, people are really into it. Some of the halflings show up from the
Hole in the
Hole in the
wall.
Hole in the Wall. Thank you. Vaniel and Dasher and a couple of the others, and they're like outside playing fiddle and dancing with each other.
I bring Vaniel a giant glass of wine because I owe him one.
He thanks you deeply and sincerely.
I'd point to the poster too, so that they know that they can take it.
Oh, thanks. And Vaniel, he's like, can I take this right now? Is that okay?
Sure,
Kiss
I guess.
it goodbye. It's okay.
We'll tell you what. We'll wait till the end of the night. just
Yeah,
to
if you could wait till the end of opening night, that'd be great.
And then everyone can see it tonight.
Yeah,
and
right,
that'd be great.
yeah.
We just got to keep it safe. Okay.
I put a little plaque under though that says "courtesy of Vaniel." Poster on loan from the hole in the wall or something like that.
Cool.
Just, to kind of amend what I had said earlier, one person's job is, if shit goes down, get that thing off the wall and put it in a safe place.
Like priority 1.
That's the first thing you do. Priority 2, firefighting, defending yourself, doctoring. The standard Rim world.
Do not incur any further wrath.
And what are you guys doing on the night of? Like, where are you stationed? What do you want to do?
I'm probably hanging outside, enjoying the tea and bouquets, and just checking out the partiers out there.
Okay.
Occasionally peeking my head in to make sure everything's going on fine in there. I see it's going great without me in there, so I go back outside.
Okay.
Zay's flitting from group to group, making introductions, learning names, getting every favor possible. So she has the flowers, she has the tea, she has a boutonniere.
She's festooned with party elements.
Yes, so many party elements.
Totally.
Lark is telling SWOJ stories like over and over, like the same 3-4 stories. He's just repeatedly telling them, embellishing them. Each
Totally
time.
embellishing.
Yeah,
There's like way more. You fought like 6 growl.
Exactly. Yep. Each time gets a little more outrageous.
And then Ylka's.
I'm utterly in my element. I'm
Totally.
playing, pumping up the crowd, working with these Doom Raiders.
Yeah.
People are suggesting traditional songs, and we're like mouthing chord changes at each other if someone hasn't heard it.
Cool. So once Ylka starts playing, the party kind of moves into the tavern again, and the Doom Raiders show up eventually, and you guys start working your songs together and sharing tunes and harmonies and playing. And Zardoz Zord shows up with Felrecht Lafine, who you recognize from the human guys that Felrecht had when he showed up before. The same sort of like kind of carny looking dude. But he kind of winks at you as you walk in and lets you guys know that it's him in private.
Lark winks back, but he can't wink, so he just puts both of his eyes. And he says,
he's a little bit buzzed, so he's already just like kind of giving an extra.
It just looks like a seizure. Mouth agape the whole time.
And it's a wild night. You guys are starting to even run low on food. Like everyone's there was more than enough alcohol thanks to the stout fellows, but food supplies there's way more turnout than you expected.
Yeah.
And at this point, pretty much everyone's packed inside. Felrecht is telling a wild story. Felrecht has actually put away his disguise at this point, and that was like a big whoa. Everyone's like, "There's a drow in here!" Like, "Oh my god, they're so rare!" But Felrecht's like, "You know what? I'm just tired of this. I got to be real with you all. My name is Felrecht Lafine. Here's my story." And he starts telling this wild tale about how he was actually born a woman in Menzoberranzan, and couldn't stand the way that the matriarchy in the drow culture treated men, and actually left and decided to be a man from that point forward. And that's a big part of why Jarlaxle, she mentions to you, all took him in, was because he admired the panache that Felrecht showed by making that change in his life. Huh. And that's how Felrecht ended up here.
But he doesn't mention Bregan.
He doesn't mention Bregan D'aerthe to anyone else. He just mentions his travels from Menzoberranzan up to Waterdeep and this crazy life he's had. He's been all around the Sword Coast. He's been across the sea, and he just kind of shares snippets of this without getting too specific about any of it.
Awesome.
And as he's telling this story, Scoot, you hear Taga calling from outside. She just went out to get some more food. Mm-hmm. She's saying, "Scoot, could you come give me a hand, please?"
Yep, we'll go out there. And I'm mad because she had to go get the food. It should have been some gophers. We should have had some people from the Sea Plum go do it. So.
And some of the guys inside are like, "Oh, sorry, Scoot."
Oh, all right. You keep having fun, but if you see something running short, go so she can kind of run the show here.
Yeah.
So, okay, so go out to help.
So as you open the door to the outside, there's this sort of crystallized moment in time.
Oh, no.
Where you see Taga unloading food and drinks from Terry's cart.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of heavy, but she doesn't seem to be really struggling too much. She's very strong. You can see the lights from the party. It's now nighttime-ish, later in the evening, and they're kind of illuminating everything really brilliantly. There's lots of warmth on the alley. The Vaniel and some of his halfling buddies are still outside dancing and playing violin. They're kind of having their own little side party. There's some passers-by kind of admiring the neighborhood. Jenks seems to be leading some tourists around with his wand, like pointing at the different establishments and like, this is the short rest, and they're having an open night party right now. And you notice there's 3 hooded figures wearing black leather armor that seem to be leaning against the door to Coralon's crown, kind of just like nonchalantly looking around. They don't seem very threatening, but that sets, like, the black leather immediately says to you Zentrum.
Yeah.
And then Taga is like unloads her heavy load and starts to come towards you, and all of a sudden there's this low whoosh and this sort of feeling of the entire alley inhaling, and then there's this massive explosion right in the center of the alley. That billowing flame knocks everything out. You are knocked back into the door, and all the windows shatter around you, and there's just this tinnitus feeling as all of a sudden this wave of energy and heat kind of blasts all the doors and windows open, and glass goes flying everywhere, and all of a sudden there's chaos all around you. How do you react to this? You don't see Taga anymore.
I was gonna say, if I got knocked down, I'm probably the last one to react. Then, if
you're still conscious,
I'm
you
still
get back
conscious.
Up again. Yeah, it just knocks you into the.
I'm
tower.
immediately looking for Taga.
course.
That's the first thing I'm looking for.
What about the rest of you?
So Scoot runs out the door?
Did I get knocked back into the building?
Yeah, you all see Scoot get knocked back into the room as you're kind of looking around bleary-eyed. It takes you all a second to kind of recover from what happened.
Oh,
And
yeah.
some people are like running outside and looking around and departing quickly. They're like, oh my god, this is, something's happening here.
Yeah, I'm rushing out.
Get the city watch. There's been an attack.
All of the planning and the stuff that I had done the week before about getting people ready, gone. Not even a little bit in my head.
Yep.
I'm just immediately charging right back out to the last place I saw her.
Okay. What about the other 3?
I set down my concertina, jump up on a table, and catch eye contact with Leaf, and signal to him to start any kind of safety plan.
And okay.
And if I see Scoot rushing out the door, I would rush after him immediately.
Okay.
I reach for some of the weapons that gratefully Scoot made us secure around the place, and follow him out the door.
Do we have our equipment, by the way?
You do. Yeah, you have wherever you put it, I guess, if you are wearing it all the time or if it's nearby.
Yeah, I probably would have grabbed my great axe just because.
And you notice that nobody inside the tavern seems to be very injured. Like there's some like glass wounds and kind of like like some slight burn from like the flame that curled through the windows for a moment before receding again.
Yeah.
But nobody seems to be in great danger, and anyone that is hurt is being tended to by the other patrons. However, outside, you rush outside, Scoot, and you see Taga kind of leaning against the wall with a shard of glass in her ribs, like a big chunk of glass. And it's kind of deep, and she's kind of like coughing, but she seems sort of unfazed by it. She's like, ugh. And she's not really talking. She's just kind of stunned.
Just kind of grunting.
Yeah,
so.
she's like, her clothing is very burned. She's looking pretty worse for the wear.
Okay.
And blood is kind of pouring out of her chest.
I would take her and get her inside without jostling the piece of glass.
Okay, Lark, you see this too as you rush outside.
Scoot, what happened?
No idea. I get Mom inside.
You're getting her inside?
I'm bringing her inside.
Okay. I'm going to...
Or there's hopefully a healer. I'm just assuming because I don't think there's one out here.
You start to notice as the smoke starts to kind of swirl. There's it's very hard to see now in the alley. There's like fire on all the walls and it's billowing around. But the two of you see there's definitely like bodies laying around, like people that are not moving at this point.
Yeah.
It's not really clear who's who and what's what outside.
Oh no! So if it seems like Scoot is carrying Taga inside, I'm gonna keep going out towards the bodies.
Okay.
Zay,
first,
are you here
first
too?
things you step upon are a couple of halfling corpses. With like broken violins nearby, and they don't seem to be moving. You recognize Voniel, and the other 3 you don't recognize.
Oh no, Voniel! Zay, don't look! Are you here?
Yeah, I did. I already had my eyes closed. As Scoot passes with Taga, I send a balm of summer court energy towards them.
Oh, just like from across the room you see Taga?
I'm heading out the door. I'm following them. So as they pass by, I'd like to do that.
You drive by healed?
Mechanically speaking, did I lose any hit points?
Yeah, I will say you lost 2 hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty far from the blast.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Yep.
So I attempt to heal Taga. So she gets 5 and a temporary hit point.
Okay, and that kind of like the healing energy dislodges the glass from her chest, and she like kind of passes out. as that happens, and the wound closes, but still looks pretty mangled. Like you can kind of see her shirt's all torn up in her ribs, and there's definitely like, you know, like a really loose scab where the glass used to be.
Okay, and as that happens, I also hear him say, "Don't look," so I run over to look.
Yep.
And you see from the smoke is kind of rising, but you're shorter than everyone, so you kind of have a better viewpoint of what's going on the ground level. And you see the two halflings aren't moving, and the two of them near Lark are starting to crawl away. Not ones that you recognize, but other halflings from the hole in the wall.
Okay.
You see a few more corpses kind of off in the distance towards Corlon's Crown, towards Phelas' place. The windows are all blasted out kind of up and down the alley as you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you see some dead pigeons on the ground.
Sally!
One of them has missing a lot of feathers.
They rages.
No. I run to Von Eel. You said some halflings are crawling away,
Yes, two
and
of them
some
are.
are dead.
2 of them are dead and 2 of them are crawling away.
And so I'm going to examine Von Eel.
Von Eel is dead as far as you can see. It's not clear what the cause of death is, but he's not breathing.
I'm going to try to infuse him with the balm of the summer court and see if that helps. 4 + 1 temporary hit point.
And you focus and kind of enter your dream state and channel energy into him, but his body is totally unmoving. Just kind of rolls around. He still looks pristine, but something in the blast.
Okay. Lark, I can't tell if he's dead, but I can't get him to wake up.
No. And there's bodies elsewhere too on the street.
Yeah, you see about 10 bodies as you go.
I'll keep going. I'll keep looking.
Okay. You find on the cart, Terry has been thrown away from it again, and his body's looking all twisted, his new body. So he's in a rough state again, but you hear telepathically, like, guys, it's Terry. I'm out again. I'll just hang tight. I can't tell what's going on. I don't have any eyes on the ground.
Terry, there was a huge explosion. Did you see any? Did you notice anything strange?
Let's see. Let me see. Let me check my notes. My Terry notes.
So Terry was in a live body. Is he now? Oh no,
He says, like, I was driving the cart.
it was a dead body. That's
Yeah.
right. It wasn't.
It was a dead body, but now it's like
From the party.
beat up.
Okay.
In the time, well, after I'm done, after it seems like Tega stabilized, I'm going back out there, and when I see a SWOJ member, I tell them the information about the 3 people I saw wearing black leather.
I'm gonna follow him out the door.
Okay. And Terry's like, okay, guys, before I got knocked out, I remembered I heard somebody running towards the tavern, really loud, like out of breath, and then it happened. This explosion. And you can kind of hear, you see overhead now, the smoke is starting to clear. You can get a clear view of the alley at this point. There are definitely 10 bodies. Like most of the patrons are clearing out of the tavern and leaving at this point. You see a griffin circling above, one of the griffin cavalry of Waterdeep. Like they've seen the smoke coming from the alley and they're kind of circling to see what's happening. Police helicopter griffin.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
It's a drone. We get drone strike.
What did you ask? Are there any healers?
Yeah. Were there any healers at the party?
There were some. Dabble comes outside and looks around, but he seems kind of speechless. And as soon as he sees the griffin up above, he actually leaves without saying a word. He runs down the alley.
Now that the smoke is clearing, can we see where the blast went off? Like, is it from the center of the alley? Did another
It seems that
building
way.
explode?
Yeah, it seems like there was a fireball went off, basically, boom, and people are kind of like muttering that to each other, like that was a fireball spell, that was magic.
Is
There
anyone?
wasn't any source or anything.
I'm looking around to see if anyone's alive but injured.
Yeah, you find Jenks kind of huddled against the wall near Vincent Trench's office. He's looking very burned, like his clothing is all singed, but he's okay. Like his body is fine, and he's just kind of looking very shaken and looking around. He's like, I hope Nat and Squidly weren't around here. Oh God, he's kind of shell shocked.
Are we all there with Jenks, or like how as we've?
I got to Jenks. Does he need healing?
He doesn't seem to need healing, no.
I'm gonna scoop him up
Just a
and
friend.
take him back into the house.
Yeah, okay, and he's totally complies.
Pat his head.
Yep, and he just kind of sits and just kind of holds himself and looks around nervously.
I'm gonna set him over near Taga.
Oh, okay. And Tyra kind of looks at him and just smiles comfortingly as she's kind of like going in and out of consciousness.
Does Taga need more healing?
Probably, but she seems stable at this point. What were you doing, Lark?
Are of the 10 bodies that are laying around, they're all dead, or some of them are still alive?
There seem to be 10 dead bodies, yeah.
And then some
Completely
living,
unmoving.
some other.
A few people have crawled away, like Jenks and Taga.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I find anyone else alive, I'll bring them in, and I also want to ask them while I do, if they're conscious, if they noticed anything. Like, I'm just trying to get a sense of what happened. So if we have a sense that somebody was running, so Terry says somebody was running. Did anyone see who was running?
Yeah. And were they warning to warn us, or running away, or?
Yeah, maybe they saw something.
Or were they the target of
Or were
something?
they
Or
the
the
target?
target?
Exactly.
Yeah. Because there was the 3 Zentaurum.
Yeah.
So as you're going down the street, you hear coughing from inside the balcony window of Thala's shop.
Okay.
And they come out and say, "Oh my God, that was close. Oh my God!" And like they look around and see all this.
Phil, are you okay?
I think so. Yeah. God. Lark. I feel so lucky that I wasn't injured, but you have to know before anything else happens here. I saw a dark figure kneel down over that body, and she points at this small kind of body that's crumpled down the alley a ways away from Trollskull Manor. And he says, "I think I saw him kneel down and take something and run away right after that blast. I was upstairs and I got knocked back and I made my way down here. He looked like he was headed that way, and she points to the south, towards the southern exit
Okay.
of the alley."
Is that who else is out here with me?
I am.
I would be at this point, I think.
And she says, "Yeah, I think he was like really badly burned, and he kept glancing over his shoulder, and he took off right away."
Okay, thanks, Phil. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
So I'll share this information with everybody.
She crawls outside and starts trying to help the people that are still around.
Was Davil burned?
I
Davil seemed fine.
go
He was
to invest. Is Yagra here?
inside. Yagra is not. She seems to have left as well.
Okay. So we've seen some Zentaurum. We've seen someone running. I'm gonna go to that small corpse to see if we recognize it.
I think we should all head. I mean, it would be great if we chased this guy down, or at least some
I
of us
agree,
chased him
yeah.
down. We can check the small corpse on the way by. We have to let somebody know that we're not just fleeing the scene.
Yeah.
And as you're looking around, you see that there are definitely 2 black leather-clad bodies on the ground of the dead, as
So
well
maybe
as
they
this
weren't
small gnome.
expecting it.
Right. However,
It's
you
a
saw 3
gnome.
before.
Yeah.
It's a gnome.
And there's no third one around, I was going to say. Are they where I last saw them?
No, they're kind of like blasted away from that point.
Okay,
They're
so
against the wall.
just like off of a dumb, quick guess from my -1 investigation, would I just assume that was a fireball effect?
Roll investigation. Let's see how well you do.
That's
9.
Yeah, it seems like they've been cast ragdoll-like away from where they were leading.
Best guess. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Is
The epicenter seems to be kind of be right in the center of the alley. Like, it doesn't seem like it was targeted towards one spot. It was just kind of this blast that came out from the center. There's a little bit of crater action.
There was a cart. It wasn't in the cart. So
No, the cart happened to be unloading by
Okay.
the door when the blast went off.
Gotcha.
And that's why kind of like the cart got moved and kind of crushed Terry's body, and Taga just got knocked out of it.
Yeah. Okay, and then one more thing. Is Leah around?
Leah is not.
Okay.
Yeah.
the gnome wearing purple?
No. Are you investigating his body?
Yes.
Okay, roll investigation. Or perception, it's up to you. Because you don't really know what you're looking for, you're just kind of
18.
checking them out. 18. You notice that this dead gnome, he has a burned cloak. He's clutching a dagger, like rigor mortis, in his hand. Mm-hmm. And his boots seem to be covered in dry waste, and as well as the lower part of his cloak.
So maybe he was in the sewers.
It seems to be the case. And he also has a pouch on him, a little satin pouch.
I investigate the pouch.
Okay. Inside, you find 5 gemstones that seem to be worth a lot of money, like big, like rubies and emeralds.
I take the pouch.
And upon closer investigation, you see that at the inside of the pouch, like right along the edge, there's sort of this embroidery of the Never Ember house, like their words.
We need to follow that Zentrum that left.
I totally agree. Let's let everyone know that we're leaving. Would it help to take the unicorn out? What does the unicorn even do? Can it help with some healing, or do we know?
Well, Lyrian's been visiting me in my dreams.
As you're
And he
discussing-
hasn't mentioned anything about healing.
The city watch arrives all of a sudden. Like, guards start to take positions around each end of the alley. There are 6 guards kind of blocking things off, and they start to cordon off the area. And 2 kind of like leadery types seem to move in, like a sergeant, and then this shorter figure that you recognize as Olcoria Stonemarrow, one of the magisters, and the 2 of them start to kind of inspect the area and take depositions from everyone who's there. They haven't gotten to you guys yet.
Is there a way to get out without them seeing us?
Well, we could go over the roofs, but that would look pretty suspicious.
What if we just tell them there was a man in black leather seen near this blast who fled the scene? We're going to try to track him down.
And I'm pretty sure he has what we're looking for. I think he took it off the corpse of this gnome.
Yeah, I'd leave that last part out.
I say to you, because you don't know that I saw Never Ember stitched into this bag.
That's right. Okay, I'll run up to Olcoria.
And she looks very cold. She looks very stern. She sees you, says, "What happened here?"
Hi, Magister. So we were having our opening night party, and there was this huge explosion in the center of the street, and Fela Lefalier, our neighbor across the road, saw somebody running away, and they ran south, and we're going to try to chase them, but I wanted to make sure that I talked to you first.
Slow down a bit. Who ran south?
Somebody, a black figure, she said she saw.
A black figure.
Yeah.
Any more specific than that?
No.
Figure in black.
A figure in black.
Black leather armor.
I can't remember if she said that or not, but I think Ylka said remembers it.
So I guess she motions the 4 of you to kind of come together and talk about this.
Okay. Come over here,
So
everyone. We have to
let's get
quickly
this
talk
straight.
before the trail gets cold.
I saw you checking out that dead gnome. Did you learn anything? Do you know who that is?
We don't recognize that corpse.
Did he have anything on him?
A dagger in his hand.
She takes out a notebook and writes that down.
He seemed like he was trying to defend himself.
Nothing else, though.
I didn't search it.
Do you know this gnome?
I don't. I'm trying to figure out what went on here.
It looks like there was a
Fela.
fireball in the center of the alley. There are 10 people dead. We've got some people injured inside of the short rest.
And we want to track this person before the trail goes cold.
She says, "Well, that's the City Watch's job, so I can't officially recommend that you do that." And she looks at you
Noted.
very sincerely.
Do we
Here
have
we
Keep
go.
the blood off the streets, she says.
Got it. And then, bam, as soon as I hear that, I'm full sprint.
Yeah, I'm after Scott.
Yep, me too.
And what do? You run south?
South, yeah.
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 Okay, and you're on Del Zoran Street, I believe, is the selling one?
Yep.
Del Zoran Street, yep. It's evening time. There's a crowd's kind of forming around where the City Watch barricade is. Trying to figure out what's going on. Hushed
Investigate
voices.
for clues.
Anything. If somebody was running fast, if there's anything, I mean, they would leave more obvious signs if they were trying to take off quick, wouldn't they?
Okay, roll investigation.
That 20.
12.
Do I even need to roll?
Yeah.
Plus 4. 24.
14.
Good, I got this 8 out of the way. 12 for say.
Lark is seriously looking for clues.
Oh, investigation just 10.
If he had a magnifying glass, he would have it up. Like some sort of cartoon character investigator.
You get the Sherlock Holmes cap
Yep.
on.
Yep.
and
No. If I had a deerstalker, I would put it over my hat.
So
My hat
Zay's
doesn't come
wondering
off.
if the gnome was running towards us, and that's what Terry heard. And if he was he coming to us? Was he coming to the Zentrum?
As you're looking around, you don't see any sign of the Centrum, fellow. There's too much of a crowd and too much chaos in the streets to track one person in black. However, as you're looking around, the Great Wizard Jenks appears at your side. He's regained some composure and snuck past the barricade somehow.
Nice.
And he tugs on your cloak.
Great Wizard Jenks.
That's my name.
I know. Did you happen to see the person run out of the alley?
No, I didn't see that. I just wanted to tell you before I forgot. When I was huddling by Vincent Trench's door over there, I heard a plop in a barrel near me, and I found this. And he produces this necklace with 2 red beads on it, kind of like swirling, like inky kind of colored beads. They're bright red.
Inky, swirling.
Whoa.
He says, I don't know what it is, but I was going to keep it unless this would help you guys.
I think that might be important. Thank you, Great Wizard Jenks. This is hugely helpful. I'll take the beads from him.
Can I'd like to cast Detect Magic on the necklace.
It is super magic. It has a conjuration aura to it, which is the blasty kind of magic.
I was going to say, does it look like there's supposed to be 3 beads?
It does. It looks like there's potentially room for even more than 3 beads, and now it has 2.
Okay.
That's it. Jenks bombed us.
Do I know if I can safely put it in my pocket, touch it? Is it going to harm us to touch the
I
necklace?
don't know for sure.
I'm already holding it, so if it is, we're in trouble.
Are you holding this chain or the beads?
Oh, I'm holding the chains.
So I wonder if it gets hot, and that's why they had to like drop it.
Maybe
Or-
they just
Get-
flung it away
Get
as they
rid of
ran.
evidence,
They flung it away.
which is a weird thing to throw away, though, because it's still pretty useful.
But helpful for us narratively.
Yes.
Yes, because that means it wasn't necessarily a magic user
Yeah.
who did it.
Are there any clear entrances to the sewer where we are?
I bet it was Froon.
There is the one behind Trollskull Manor. There are a couple down the ways, like towards the high road, like bigger sewer manholes and grates where there's big junctions.
But he went this way.
Yeah, so the Xanathar are in the sewers. The Zentarim had that clubhouse. But do we
Yeah, well, they're out throughout the city, but I guess I was
Okay.
thinking because the gnome was in the sewer, maybe?
Oh, but I think maybe he took the stone from the Zentarim.
Possibly.
And as you're discussing this,
I mean the Xanathar.
you hear a shrill voice kind of debating with the guards behind you. It seems like there's a noblewoman that you don't recognize who is like frantically yelling at the guards, trying to like communicate with them. And she's like, I tell you, it wasn't a man. It was not, no, it was more like a puppet shaped like a man.
Okay,
And that kind of catches your eyes.
Yeah, I run
Your
over
ears.
to... Do we all hear this? Can we all head over?
You hear it, Lark. at
Okay,
first. With your nat 20.
with my nat 20.
Fucking turned on.
Wait, it sounds like there's something going on over here. I run that way.
I snatch the necklace and hide it before he runs over to the guards.
Like just like somewhere.
I
just, like,
totally
get
let
up
it go
with
because
him
I
and
have
take
already
it.
forgotten about it. It comes out of my hand without even thinking.
You're running like Phoebe with it. And you're
I carefully put it into my satchel, not touching the stones.
Okay.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You said you saw something?
And the Watcher like, stay out of this,
Sorry.
Susan.
No, we're SWOJ. It's okay. No, it's 13.
And the Watchman is
No, tell
yet
me-
again. The Watchman is like, this is City Watch business, and you have no right to be here. And then one of them elbows him and is like, no, Bill, this is SWOJ.
Oh no!
Like they actually get the job done.
Oh,
Bill's like, no, that's us. Floyd.
Zay runs up and says, Bill, Floyd. I haven't seen you in a
Turn
couple
towards
of
you.
days.
They're like, oh, Zay.
Yeah,
Hey.
hi guys.
This is a bad time, but it's good to see you.
It is a bad time. It's good to see you both too.
Oh.
Did you guys stop by? Well, now's not a good time, but sometime in the next week, you guys should stop back by the short rest.
And the woman who
What was
was
this
talking
woman
to the guard
saying
was
to
like,
you?
I feel like you're not even listening to me.
Oh, please, ma'am, tell us. Were you at our...
She leans in and she's like, I was just leaving the Cat's Eye private business when I saw a figure on the rooftop across the street. And I tell you, it was not a man. It was more like a puppet without strings. It hurled something into the crowd. And then there was that explosion.
And then what did it do?
I don't know, there was an explosion.
I suppose that's a good point.
I saw those halflings burned alive. I saw them. And she goes into hysterics.
That's weird because it was very smoky.
So, what building was it on top of?
The flower shop.
Okay. Should we go up on the rooftops and check it out? I could get us all up there.
Nothing else to do
Go
here.
back and try and find Zardos and his friend who was making a distraction?
Sure. All right, yeah. Let's go back to the short rest, everybody.
So you push past the guards, then push back
We're
past
back
the guards.
Well, the trail's gone cold. right?
there's nothing to do
apparently,
here.
yes. There's nothing
Yeah.
we could really do.
Yeah.
There.
And the person, I mean, he was selling Nimrites, but the person in charge of the Nimrites was at our establishment tonight. I say very quietly, out of hearing distance of the guards.
Yep. The nimble rights. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And it sounds like that's what she's describing.
Mm-hmm. I thought so too. Is Zardoz there when we get back?
Zardoz has left. Felrect is there.
Okay.
Yeah. And Felrect looks so humbled. Felrect looks distraught at this point. Like he feels like a complete failure. He's just kind of sitting, trying to help around inside, clean things up again. Trying to checking on Taga. But he looks very guilty. Like he feels like responsible for this.
There he is, eh?
Felrect. Tell us. You seem like maybe you know something about what happened tonight. Can you tell us what you know?
Felrect lets out a deep sigh and says, "All I know is that I didn't do my job. I was supposed to keep you safe. I owe you a life debt, and then this happened. If you'll excuse me," and he goes back to what he was doing.
No, none of SWOJ was hurt. But
Well, look at
please
Taga.
tell us what you know because friends of ours were hurt, and we need to keep something like this from happening again.
All I know is that Zardoz left in a hurry. I think he might know something. I'm afraid I don't know what did this.
Do you know if Zardoz has a connection to the Zentarim?
Zardoz has agents, Zardoz has agents everywhere. Yes, he's pretty well connected in the city.
Let's go to the roof, quick.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna lead us up to the roof and then out along the rooftops to the top of the flower shop.
Okay. Where do you do this from? Like outside the alley or like in front of the guards where everyone's watching?
I was thinking out through our.
There's a griffin that's landed on the roof also and is looking around.
Our roof?
Oh no, like just somewhere down the alley, like
because we have that little tower that we can get out through.
Yeah, and I've been going along the rooftops every night, so I know a path.
You have a path, yeah. From your second floor balcony, you can kind of climb across the road.
So I bring everyone along my rooftop path.
Okay, roll stealth unless you want to.
I have a rooftop path.
I do this
is
way.
What you've been doing while I've been dreaming.
Yes. All right, so it's everyone roll stealth.
Everyone who's coming across on the roof.
Ooh, boy.
Modified 18.
It was on a 20, and then it moved to an 8.
20.
9.
22.
Ooh, boy.
You had a 9?
I had a 9.
9. Okay, so you climb across the rooftops to the top of the Corlon's Crown building. And you have about 10 seconds up there before the Griffin Cavalry rider sees you from across the alley. There's still some smoke up here, so it's kind of obscured visibility, so you have some help. But what are you looking for? What are you doing up there?
I'm trying to see any clue that I can find from a stringless puppet hurling something into the crowd, and possibly then where it went.
Okay. Roll investigation.
All of us or just him?
Anyone who's doing it.
12.
I'm gonna look over the edge and see if there's a barrel with water in it.
10.
10, 12, 8. Scoot.
I'm just kind of looking for any signs of the puppet.
Okay.
I don't find any.
Oh shit.
So Lark,
that was
you're looking around, you don't find anything, and the Griffin Cavalry rider points at you and says, "You on the rooftops!
Hello!
Seize!"
What? We're SWOJ, it's okay.
We live here.
And the Griffin rider calls down, "SWOJ is on the rooftops! I repeat, SWOJ on the rooftops!" Some of the guards look up and they're like, "Get them down from there! What the fuck are they doing up there? Come on."
Code
So
12.
unprofessional.
We have a code for it.
And as this is happening, Lark, you spot a glimmer on the rooftop of Corlon's Crown, like near the edge.
I sneakily,
It's tiny, like a little pebble.
sleight of handy, try to grab it, yeah.
It's easy. And you find a small ruby shaped like an eyeball. It's just like a purely round ruby with kind of an iris shape carved onto it.
Is that something that might have come off a...
It does seem about that size.
About that.
Yes.
So
Do Nimblewrights have ruby eyes? Okay.
They're all kind of different.
some of them do. Some of them
Right.
only have one now.
Look at this. So we just had the conversation, except that it was Lark and Scoot, apparently.
And the cavalry rider's like, "They're not coming down!
We're on our way down.
It's hard from up here.
Permission to apprehend!"
We're coming
And
down.
Corio's like, "Just give them a minute." Christ.
Do we?
Fantasy Christ. Maestra.
Do you know how many times I've fallen trying to get down from a place? I'm trying to do this carefully.
Did I see the barrel?
You do
Like,
see a
is this
barrel, yeah.
where
There's a barrel that
we
looks like the
think
one
he
that
drew
Jace
it
is talking
from.
about.
Okay,
Yep.
just confirming.
There's a couple barrels, and some of them are tipped over. This one's
Yeah.
not.
Okay, we go back in. I'd like to go over to Magister Stonemarrow.
All right, just says, have you learned anything up there?
Yep, I'm going to lay all my cards out. I'm going to tell her exactly what I found.
Okay.
And what the crazy, I shouldn't say crazy, what the distraught woman said.
She says, well, this confirms our suspicions. Here's what me and Sergeant Cromley have learned. It looks like this gnome was fleeing something. I don't know what it was pursued by. Perhaps these black leather-clad agents look like agents of the Zentarim. It looks like there were 3 of them. However, now there are only 2, which, if what you're saying is true, means that maybe the 3rd one left after this explosion happens.
They headed south. We lost. It took us too long to get there. The trail was cold.
Well, we'll start an investigation in that direction, I suppose. See if any witnesses previous to the explosion might have seen this person running through. In the meantime, I'm fairly confident that neither the gnome nor his pursuers saw this explosion coming.
Why do you say that?
Look at all the casualties.
I see what you're saying. Okay, thank you, Magister Stonemarrow.
And then Sergeant Cromley walks in and is kind of harumphing, and he's like, "Oh, Coria, are you introducing even more variables into an already complicated equation here?" And Coria's like, "Just relax. Relax. Cromley, let me do my job. You do yours." And he goes back and harumphs away and starts ordering the different guards around. Clean up the mess and set up a crime scene and start painting things out and sketching things out. And some carts roll up to kind of like take the bodies away to the morgue. Some clerics start saying prayers over the dead.
So I would like to gather up my crew far from any overhearing ears.
Back in the tavern?
Back in the tavern?
At this point, you're alone again. Some of the crew of the Sea Plum, who are now the crew of the Short Rest, are there, and they're helping you guys out with whatever you need, seeing to Taga's needs, looking around for the other 2 Troll Skull irregulars. Haven't seen him.
So, who?
I think we need to talk to Zardoz again.
I think we do too. So I think the question is was that fireball in anticipation of someone trying to bring the stone here tonight, or were they just trying to sabotage our party? And if they knew they were coming,
why do you think the stone was on the way here?
Remember when I mentioned that
Because of the
it says
never
never
ember
lining
lining?
on the inside of this bag. Also, look at these gorgeous gemstones.
Well, I feel like he
Like
got
one
paid.
twinkle.
Like that was maybe he got paid that to come here, or he got paid something.
So
he
maybe
got paid to do something else.
that's a good point. Does the bag look like it was large enough to also hold something? Because we've had the stone described to us before, haven't we?
Not specifically.
Oh no.
I don't think so.
Okay. So they could
Besides
have
that it's sentient.
held more than that.
Yeah. Yep,
Okay.
It does.
But clearly, the figure clad in black
Took
took
something.
something and
Yeah.
fled. So
That's
whether
right.
that was the stone or something else, that's hard to know.
Was it
True.
this necklace? If
The-
the figure took the necklace out of the bag and then threw it in that water bottle, does
Well,
that
it
follow?
seems like the Nimblewright was on top of Phyllis' place and dropped the necklace into the barrel from the roof.
Perhaps he also got hit by the explosion, which would explain why he only has one eye.
Sure, like maybe he got knocked back and dropped it accidentally. That
Yeah.
probably makes the most sense.
And also lost an eye. And then I wonder if Zardos had to go get it, and that's why he's gone.
Scoot, what do you think?
I have no insights. I'm basically just tending to Tag at this point.
Your mama?
Yeah.
And she's looking better and better. She asks for a drink.
That's a good sign.
Some wine. if you
Ask
have
her what
some.
she
It's a good
wants.
sign.
Some wine, something warm.
Yeah.
Who's our sneaky neighbor in the private eye?
Vincent Trench?
Yeah. Was he involved at this party? Was he present?
He was talking with the woman who saw the Nimblewright.
Right, the woman who was panicking said that she was coming from his office after a meeting with him.
Would he have any information on what these 2 artifacts are?
Which 2 artifacts? The
The-
fire explosion necklace?
The
and-
necklace and the red eye stone.
I feel like we're somewhat comfortable that this is a necklace that caused the explosion, and the eye is from a Nimblewright. We could potentially hire Vincent to find some stuff out for us at $300, 300 gold pieces a day. Or no, 300 gold pieces guaranteed. That's the guarantee I'll find somebody, right? I feel like, yeah.
For information or a missing person, I think is what he said.
Yeah, okay. So, we could go over and talk to Vincent. I think we get like one piece of information on him for 300 gold pieces.
Given the nature of this immediate explosion, he might be more willing to speak with us than be hired.
I guess we could ask him maybe what he knows about Zardos. Like maybe, or do we just go right and confront him?
We can go and let's go talk to him.
Sorry, confront Zardos, not confront
I see what you're saying.
Vincent.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, do we try to get background information, or do we? Because Felrecht already didn't know much, or so it seemed. He seemed surprised by it.
I think we could get answers from either person. I think Vincent Trench would tell us useful information. I think Zardos would. Trench is right here. We can
Felrecht
walk
leans
to
in
him.
and says, "You want to talk to Zardos?
Yeah.
I'll go see where he went. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
In the meantime, let's go talk to Vincent Trench.
Yep.
Okay. And so you go to his door, and it's locked when you knock on it and try to open it. However, you hear a voice from inside say, "I already gave you my deposition."
It's SWOJ, Mr. Trench.
So, okay. And he opens the door and says, "Why don't you come in?" That, please don't call me that.
But, all right.
I mean, if you really want to, Zay, I'll allow you, but nobody else. Fair?
Thanks,
Absolutely fair,
Vinny.
Mr.
Come
Trench.
inside. Come inside.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Yeah, my windows didn't even get broken.
That's one
It's
of.
still very dark.
That
in
would
here.
have been, yeah, tragic.
We got a bunch of our friends. We've actually lost some friends tonight. There's been some severe damage to the short rest.
Yeah, I feel like you guys have brought a lot of trouble to this alley, honestly.
I don't feel like this has anything to do with us. Really? You think that? So you have information that makes you suspect otherwise?
I don't know what else the Zentrum would be doing in this alley.
Why
It
was the
wasn't-
Zentrum
it
after
wasn't involved
us?
with you guys.
Well, we have no specific interactions with the Zentrum.
It may be someone who was at our party, but we don't know where to start looking.
Listen, here's what we know. It appears that there was a Nimblewright standing on top of the flower shop, on top of Phelan's flower shop, and he had this necklace with these red conjuration magic beads on it, and it seems like it threw one into the crowd.
Can I see this necklace?
Yeah, Ylka has it.
I carefully pull it out of my satchel by the chain and don't.
He kind of hums to himself, purrs.
And so one of the beads went into the crowd. Then it looked like possibly the Nimblewright got knocked backwards. One of its eyes came out, and then there was a gnome in the alley, and they were carrying something, maybe running towards the short rest. There's a figure clad in black who was bending over it and then ran south.
He says, "Well, this is a necklace of fireballs, so I think you're on the right track. Have you shown this to the City Watch?"
The necklace?
I didn't
We
leave.
have not.
Yeah, I didn't tell them that part.
Okay. My lips are sealed. This is the murder weapon, obviously. So, if you show it to them, they'll take it away from you. That being said, what kind of party would have access to a weapon like this in Waterdeep? Someone very wealthy? A criminal with, lots of money? Or a foreigner?
Why do you say a foreigner?
Well, because there are many powerful wizards out there that could put together a necklace of fireballs in their own lab, it could be
I see.
anyone.
Okay.
That being the case, why would a foreigner show up to your opening night and blow up half the alley?
Exactly. That's why we don't think this was because of us.
Right, so maybe the Zentrum did it, but their agents are dead. Maybe the Xanathar did it. Do you have any evidence of that?
The Xanathar?
They are at
They are at odds.
Well, the gnome had sewage stuff on his boots and his cloak, so he would have. It seems like he was maybe in the sewers, so that's a possible Xanathar connection.
So this gnome, who do you think he is?
Zay, you inspected him. Did you recognize his face?
I didn't recognize him at all.
He was carrying a Never Ember bag.
So a gnome with connections to the Never Embers.
Possibly.
Well, that seems like a lead. Do you have any connections to the Never Embers? He says, grinning himself.
Yes, we know Renair.
And then he kind of sits back in his chair and puts his pipe in his mouth. And just looks
Should we
furry.
go to Renair's inn? Doesn't he also own a tavern?
No.
He has a place nearby.
Yeah, I think Renair has a place nearby, right?
But
Because
like
we
a
have
living
shares
quarters,
advice.
right? He doesn't have a. Does he have a tavern?
No, he just has a pretty posh suite.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
nearby.
I don't know why I thought he had.
Okay,
His
that's
own-
that's helpful. That's helpful, Mr. Trench. I'm glad that you're safe.
Thank you.
And
I'm
if
glad you're
for
safe,
any
too.
reason it has something to do with the short rest that this accident happened here, or that this terrorist act happened here, I feel really bad about that. But I'm not sure that it does. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Well, if you learn anything, please be in touch.
Absolutely.
I think we have the same interests here.
I think so too.
He takes another long pull.
Do we know where Renair lives?
It's starting to smell very fragrant in here. You know where Renair? Yeah, Renair's been in and out of the tavern. So
Okay,
he's-
and we know where his place is.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Should we head to Renair's?
Can this weapon misfire, or will it only intentionally send a fireball? Does he know that?
You have to break one of the beads off of it and then throw it, and where it lands is where the spell is cast.
Head to Renair?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And let's call it right there, yeah?
Twin Portals is produced and edited by Scott Hebert. The adventure is created by our Dungeon Master Matthias Valero, and the rest of the Silver Waves of Justice are played by Kendra Carlson, Beth Brophy, and Justin Peck. If you feel like chatting with any of us, come join us in our Discord server. Details are available on our Facebook page. Make sure you like us on there, and be sure to check out our Instagram and Twitter pages. If your podcast list is looking a little thin, go subscribe to our friends at Horror Rewind, The Nearest Stars, and Take It With You. Thank you to Leeland Campana for use of his song Avernum as our theme song. Thank you so much to the Renegade Theater Company, Tiatra Zacconi, and Mary Fox for supporting us and giving us a place to record. And most of all, thank you for listening to Twin Portals.
I was just thinking about the American History X cat, sorry. How can we have done that better? Was that okay? I think that was okay. I don't know.
That was pretty funny.
I love the fact that you. Oh wait, he might be redeemed. He can change, and he does at the end of the movie. It's true.
Yeah. I was thinking though, like, Zay totally eats meat, so like. It's not